Welcome everyone to Night on the DL. We're on session 69. 69.
Nice.
Elwarin, you got a fun recap for us, I heard.
Sure, yeah. Keep it brief. You know, we're already late, so we started off with our warlocks finally getting to their fight, which was epic and almost caused death amongst our group, but they made it and they beat their opponents. I don't know if we want to go into any details on that fight, but it was good. I had fun watching it and enjoyed it. After that, the group some of us shopped for some magic items at Garfield's. Ulrich was not with us. He was still hanging out with the Smith guy, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm,
Is that what you were doing? So after that fight, we regrouped in the town, and I believe our warlocks took some rest because they were pretty beat up.
Oh yeah.
And then we gathered did we gather for dinner? We gathered all at a big table. There were some questions about what was going on, and we shared about the fight, or at least my family was asking about it, and the recap was pretty much, I wouldn't have done that, and they were quite impressed with the skills that BigYin now has, and that he was able to fight in that way. Later on, his dad took him to the side and started a conversation with him about whether he wants to stay the way he is, or possibly wants to become a what's it called again?
Druid.
And my parents followed outside to listen to that conversation, and I went along. And at one point, my parents turned to me and said, it's time to tell them, and we went back inside, and I believe that's where we stopped.
So that was actually the traveler that's been with you turned to your parents after your parents talked to her and she said, okay, I'll tell them it's time. It's a couple other things. Ulrich has definitely formed a bond with the blacksmiths of this town. There's a very high regard for him within this group. Another thing is that BigYin's mom has a hammer tattoo on the top right corner of her, like in between her chest and her shoulder, like right below the clavicle, where I guess where a Firbolg clavicle would be, or whatever you want to call that collarbone. And it burned when she gave BigYin a hug. Not enough to like cause damage necessarily, but it was painful nonetheless. And BigYin, to gain the power that he wants from his patron, needs the blood of a champion to fix his staff. Who that champion is and how much blood, he's not sure. Am I sure? Maybe. Yeah, we'll kind of get into this. So, BigYin, you're getting walked back over to the rest of the group at the kind of middle here where all the tables are, and everybody's still kind of in the revelry as your father and your two uncles kind of hurry up into the building itself. A lot of your cousins and the other family friends and other people that live in this village are still kind of in the revelry of the feasting, and they have not quite picked up on the change in tone that has kind of occurred between you and your parents. Elwarin, you and your parents and your two traveling companions get back there probably about like a minute before BigYin gets over there. And you guys are easily able to pick up on this, as is the rest of the group, because Lando, roll a Constitution save for me first.
Constitution save?
Yeah.
How am I getting fucking hurt? What?
You're drinking.
Oh.
You're not puking. Not puking, but you're definitely drunk. So roll me a.
Wait, is that what? Why is that always my play? You know, why couldn't I have done something cool? Whatever.
It was cool.
You stole my seat.
Yeah, you stole a seat. and you dug into the food, and you were eating it all up. It was great. You had a great time at this feast. But
Awesome.
so based off this,
I'm
you're
into
not
that.
you're not piss drunk, but you're pretty drunk. Roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, don't forget he's lathered in butter.
Yeah, you're also lathered in butter.
Okay, how did that happen?
It was from watching the warlock fight. There was buttered popcorn, and you just were going to town on the 2 buckets that you were given. There was a lot of butter on it. Perfect. Yeah. So you can recognize through your drunken state.
Wait, I have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do I have so much gold?
Welcome to the life you live. You got the money.
I'm fat now. I wasn't fat before.
Yeah, you are encumbered, good sir. You are over encumbered with money.
Wait, so now you're telling me I can't buy anything at the magic shop, and I had way more money than I thought I fucking did? What?
I didn't say you couldn't. I just said we'll see how the game goes.
Okay, well,
you might be able to. You may not be able to. It really just depends on how everything plays out. I'm not here to. I'm not telling a story with a one-way perspective. This is a group effort. So you notice BigYin and his parents, as well as Elwarin and his parents and their 2 travel companions, come back from their venture. Everybody else is able to see that you guys aren't drunk, and you guys are able. They're walking into the main tower that everybody was kind of congregating in front of. Do you guys want to follow in? Ulrich will follow in because I'm making that decision for him. What about the rest of you guys? So just Zanril and Lando, I guess.
I'm just following Ulrich at this point.
Okay, yeah, he'll walk in. Lando, are you choosing to follow the rest of your party into the building?
why are we going into the building?
You don't know.
Cool.
But
Neither does Zanril, to be fair. Neither does Ulrich. They just see the other 2 walk into the building with a fairly solemn-looking BigYin's father named Wanzeros, as well as BigYin's uncle Zod, who looks cheery but more serious than normal.
Yep, sounds about right.
So, Lando, are you choosing to go inside with them?
Yeah.
Cool.
Why not?
Yeah. So you guys all kind of gather into this very large building. It is you guys just from walking in guesstimate about 3 stories tall, probably like 100 feet wide and about 55 to 60 feet deep. It's a fairly large building. And this bottom level is easily 25 feet high. So massive for a just 1-story building. And there's 2 more stories above this, so you understand this is a fairly large building. This is kind of like the town center, where the mayor / elected leader / elder lives, and they have guest rooms where Elwarin, you and your parents have been staying, and have stayed before, as well as a common area and a bunch of other just little places that are easy for the public to access, essentially. And as you guys kind of walk into the middle of the room, it is BigYin's mom and BigYin's dad to the right of center. In the center is BigYin's uncle, who you guys still have no idea what his name is. Zod to the left, and Elwarin's parents kind of adjacent to Zod on the left side there. With Elwarin, I guess, are you standing up there with them, or would you be kind of hanging back with BigYin and the rest of the group?
Yeah, I'll hang back with the rest of the group.
Okay. And then also to this left, you see your 2 compatriots that have been on the road with you for a little while. Ulrich, you are in the center room here with everybody else. It's a massive building, just very, very large. The ceiling heights are about 30 feet high, and it's a just massive open common space with the leader of this village in the center, BigYin's parents to the right, along with a fairly distraught Furby, and Zod to the left with Elwarin's parents and their 2 travel companions. So as you guys kind of walk in, BigYin, you see your mom kind of flick her fingers, and the door closes in from behind you.
Got it.
And this is probably the first time you've seen her use magic since you were a child.
Okay.
She's not one to kind of flaunt any magical talent. Neither was anybody kind of in your family. It just wasn't a thing that you guys did, which may have been another reason for you to leave and try to search out magical secrets and magical information, because from what you understood, your family didn't really do too much with it. But I'll leave that up to you for reasoning, additional reasons as to why you'd live. As the door closes, lights kind of all around this massive room start to turn on, just flick, 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 flick. And then a chandelier above you guys also lights. And it's a massive chandelier. I'm talking like 15 feet wide. Just a massive chandelier with brilliant amount of light just kind of pouring out of it. And it's definitely magical. BigYin, you recognize this as something they would bring out only for very special, typically solemn occasions. Not really a feasting kind of chandelier, necessarily.
Is it a magic chandelier, or
It is magical, yes. Activated by magic, and this all seems to be coming from your mother at this point. Your uncle looks
Can I
at you.
insight check my mom to try and see what? Can I either insight check or arcana check my mom, try and figure out what's going on?
Sure.
Let's just do the insight check, try and figure out what's going on.
Okay. Not really sure. She's using a lot more magic than you're used to.
Okay.
Your uncle looks at you and the rest of the group, and like I've described this uncle, the leader in the town before, very solemn, very stern, very level-headed for the most part, right? That is the reason why he's their leader. There's a lot of mischief in his eyes at this point in time. That kind of like solemn wisdom possibly faded. And just the eyes look younger compared to the rest of the face. There's something, like I said, mischievous behind that, some light, some glee perhaps, that
He's being cheeky. He's having cheeky thoughts.
maybe, but there's like a glee and like light behind it of like a younger man, not someone of the age and stature that your uncle has been at for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
And they sit down and say, BigYin. He looks at you.
Uncle.
We've something to discuss with you. And your father kind of slams his staff down angrily at the ground. Rock! That's enough! It's enough with this. Now is the time to just tell them. We don't need any of these nuanced discussion. We just tell them how it is. Rock just kind of looks at Ronzeros and says, so you say, brother, so you say, but what are we without our decorum, huh? And he kind of just laughs a little bit. And this is different. This is not the standard way your father would talk to your uncle and vice versa. There's
Clearly
definitely
Dad's frustrated about something.
And there's something different in the air also. Like Zod is not amused either, and he usually is with your brother, with the brothers like fighting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Rock just kind of stands up and says, fine. You want to do away with the decorum, do away with everything, fine. And he begins to take off his shirt. It was a fairly plain shirt, nice white with green flecks around it. And BigYin, for the first time, you're recognizing some hammers on the shoulders. Nothing super fancy, just fairly plain, ornate clothing. Or just plain clothing, not ornate. As he takes off his shirt, you see two massive hammers on both of his shoulders, tattooed there, seemingly, with a long, riled tattoo of what seems to be roots and trees covering his chest and covering his back, with what seems to be kind of between his chest and between his belly button, a being of amorphous form, constantly changing with the light as the different shadows kind of play on it. You see a younger man with a warhammer kind of walking around in a forest, and then you see a hunter with deer-like horns kind of sprouting out from their head, with a spear and a multitude of animals kind of around them. And then finally you see an old man with a quarterstaff kind of walking in the forest. Age truly shown on this old man's body and face, but eyes glimmering with power. And Rock, whose voice is now changing and is growing larger and larger, fills the room. He's now about 20 feet tall, body very large and elongated, shoulders broad and strong, 2 warhammers in his arms, seemingly sprung from his shoulders. And as you kind of take a look at these hammers, you start to shake. Not violently.
Oh no, I'm sitting down at this point. I'm kind of stunned.
Yeah, so you're shaking.
I've never seen this shit before.
Yeah, your body's like vibrating, it seems. Like I said, not like you're like gonna retch and like fall on the floor necessarily, but your body starts to hum. And then it stops, almost abruptly, as you feel that connection that was beginning to form with those hammers severed. He says, oh, it's good to be back in this form. As his body is still changing, you see a younger man's face kind of appear on him, blue and green tinged, a little bit darker than your uncle's face, with brown hair kind of flowing now nicely down to his shoulders, with a large bow attached to his back, with 2 hammers in both of his hands, and a fairly plain looking cloak that kind of runs down in blue, with a massive piece of leather armor with magical runes inscribed on them. And what you would guess at this point is some kind of leaf or bark-like leggings that harden when he's not moving, forming a exoskeleton of sorts on the legs. Your mother and father are kneeling at this point as a Zod. Yeah, so that was a description of what's happening. Yeah, anybody got a gauge on what's going on here, or anybody got any reactions? This was a 7'3" tall person at one point, and has now transformed over the course of these past couple of minutes to be this 15-foot, close to 20 feet tall person with elongated arms and legs, with all of this additional information going on. BigYin, it is not your uncle anymore, from what you can tell.
I want to insight. I guess, like I said, I want to get a bead on the crowd to see if like this is surprising, especially since I've spent maybe not a ton of time with them, right? But with like the people, at least, right? Like, so this is like more of like the upper echelons of this town, right? Like you
guys are in the like middle of the town, and the people that are in this room are the like head clan person, right, and their 2 advisors and their family.
Yeah, it's like the nobility of the town.
Yeah, it is the like nobility of nobility sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah.
But
I had spent some time with like normal folk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? And like you're there with BigYin's dad, Wanzerus, who's in this room right now.
Okay, so I just want to like see if like this is a cult, right?
Sure.
It's like sort of hidden, like a hidden behind closed doors type of thing is sort of what Ulrich's like really concerned about right now, without like jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, so it's not a cult, but there seems to be a form of reverence given to something akin to possibly a god.
Ulrich is just generally uncomfortable being here, but is gonna do his darndest to look stoic.
Yeah, I would say like the change in tone and kind of like body language of Wanzeros makes you believe that this is something maybe not of this world necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
Not great news for Ulrich.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, for sure. Elwarin, both of your parents are shocked, but within seconds of kind of understanding what's happening, kind of return back to form, and you see both of them, I would argue probably for the first time in your life, kneeling to something.
Okay. Well, now I'm shocked.
Kind of in reverence of what's happened. Your two companions are shocked, and the female one has fallen at this point onto her butt, just in shock. The male one is kind of on the ground, kind of just like trying to protect her and trying to like console her from like what's happening. Lando.
Wait, before we go to Lando,
Sure.
I think seeing my parents kneel, I think my reaction would be to kneel too.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Elwarin is kneeling. Zanril, Lando, you guys do anything fun?
Wait, is this homie Pan?
You have no idea. Is that a question you'd like to ask?
Sure. I'll just say Pan.
Before that, I'm gonna kneel and I'm gonna follow what everyone else does before shit falls.
I'm thinking I've got like big googly eyes, you know?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, cool. So yeah, so
I just love the idea of Zanril like pulling out all of his holy symbols and like flipping through them. Like,
yeah, he's just like fuck, I can't find it, and then and then like after doing that, he sees like Lando like reach a hand out to talk to this creature. He's like, gotta fucking kneel now, and just drops to a knee, and then you say Pan with like a question in your voice, and the being just kind of looks at you and laughs. I'm not my brother.
We're not brothers.
Very well.
Zanril's just gonna have his head like face the ground, you know, just like, oh, let's not make a big situation while we're in this room.
Sure. BigYin, this being looks at you and says, "Hello, child. I'm the one that was going to give you your druidic powers before you made the decision to forsake me. My name is Sylvanus. I'm the patron of all forests, and your mother worships me as her deity.
All I can say is, fuck! This is cool. God damn it.
He says, yes, I am quite cool.
Well, no, that was me just saying that as table. I wasn't saying that as BigYin. BigYin is not interrupting your flow.
Sounds like something BigYin would say.
Yeah, that did sound like something BigYin would say. I was like totally on board with that. That's fine. Yeah, no worries. He's like,
can Ulrich try to slide out the door?
Sure.
I think upon hearing that this is an actual god,
yeah,
he's even more uncomfortable now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you tried the door.
Yeah.
Roll ahead, slide a hand for me.
Hell yeah, let's go. Come on.
Excellent.
Go.
Yeah, so you start to fiddle with the knob and then realize it's locked, and then quickly move your hands back, and Sylvanus just looks and says, Are you scared, young one?
I wouldn't say I was scared. I'd say this really isn't my whole deal.
Still,
you guys have a whole thing going on. There's no reason for me to interrupt.
Might be good for you to say.
All right.
Zanril's gonna shake his head a little bit, you know, looking at the back.
Looking at the ground.
He's just like, God damn it, these people don't understand how to deal with gods.
Or like, you know, patrons or some shit, you know, you don't question them, you don't do shit, you just listen.
I love it. Zeno's just like, fuck, I thought I was the dumb one, but I guess maybe Ulrich is. All right, I love it. Yeah, and so as he's just kind of looking around, he says, "Who has summoned me to this form?" Your father stands up.
I just point at my dad.
And your father says, "It is I, sir. I wish for you to tell us the tale of when you took this form with our grandfather." And you just hear a belly laugh kind of come out of this this avatar of sorts. Sylvanas. You called me down to tell a story to one that's forsaken me. Looking directly at you, BigYin.
I just like kind of hang my head, and I was like, admittedly, I may have taken a shortcut, but I felt squeezed between a rock and a hard place. No
Silence. I need none of your excuses.
God damn it.
And he just looks at Wanzeros again and says, "Are you sure? You think he's worthy? Truly worthy?" Father shrugs his shoulders. "I'd like to think he would. He is my son." Ha! At this point, your mother stands up. That tattoo on the right part of her shoulder is glowing. It's not red. It's glowing like a greenish silver. And it's kind of pushing energy, it seems like, into this avatar. And she says, "Just please explain what this is and why you chose him. Please." And she just does a bow. And this is probably the most contrite and respectful you've seen your mother be. Not that she's like a rude person by any means.
Yeah.
But you've just never seen her bow her head like this to anybody. She's a proud woman. She's strong. She knows what she wants. She's headstrong a little bit, not enough to like bother people, but she knows what she is, and she knows what her standing is in this village, and she's never had a need to. She's as much of an equal as the brothers are with each other. Right? He says, "Fine. BigYin, stand."
Just stand up.
And you see him just kind of look at you, kind of like measuring you up and down. Interesting who you chose as a patron. Fine. I'll tell the tale. And he goes into a story. I don't know if you guys want to hear all of it, so I'll summarize the high points of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I'll try to keep this a little bit shorter, so now they're not super long and rambly. In essence, Sylvanas needed a warrior to fight off against the necromancers in the necromancy wars. Your family seemed to be the strongest of the Firbolgs in the High Forest, with an affinity to Smokey the Bear, Pan, and a variety of other very strong and powerful nature deities. Your great-grandfather, being the one leading the armies of the Firbolgs against the necromancers in this war, was chosen to be the avatar of Sylvanas. And from then on, there would be a descendant of this man, or this Firbolg, who would bear the mark of Sylvanas when he became of age. And he would become the next leader of this forest to help drive off the enemies of evil and the enemies that would go to destroy and harm the forest. And any siblings that they might have would come back to support their sibling in this ruling, as being the avatar of Sylvanas is very taxing and tolling on the body. So being this avatar gave them certain responsibilities and privileges, such as having greater strength, greater powers than the normal Firbolg would have, but it had to be kept a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Because should others find out about this, it could be dangerous, as evil people could try to use you or the avatar or anybody in that family for their own nefarious purposes, which would not be great for Sylvanas. And how the champion, the next avatar, was depicted was off the mother would get a mark of Sylvanas. And it would be one of her children that would be the next leader. And these avatars were druids, paladins, clerics, whatever. It was not a profession specific requirement, just the devotion to Sylvanas, and the number of people that knew about Sylvanas was small. As you can see, the people in this room are the only ones that know Sylvanas and what his powers are for this village. And then
I feel like a shithead now.
At the end of all of that, he looks at you and says, honestly, I still don't know if I should pick you. Your brother-in-law, honestly, might be a better avatar than you. But he's lost to me for now. So I may be forced to pick you. But look at you. You're spawn of a dragon now? You have bonded yourself with that wretch? Ah.
Not by choice.
And then he looks at your parents. What do you want me to do with him? Huh? And your mom just looks up, tears streaming down her eyes, the same way as when she greeted you at the door when you were super messed up from that warlock fight. He has it in him. I know. He just... I know it could be him. He looks down at you, BigYin. Says, I'll give you one opportunity. You remove yourself from this filth, and I might reconsider. Have you nothing to say?
Time out, DM.
Sure.
By remove myself, I'm assuming that means I have to break my deal, right?
Perhaps. There are ways to remove warlock contracts.
I have to talk to Garfield. Okay. All right, we'll restart. I'll look at this deity before me. I make no excuse. The choices I made with the information I had available. I do not explain. However, I do not like what I am. I'll do as you ask. If it kills me, I'll do it.
He looks at you and he says, you need not be my avatar. Instead, you remove yourself from this bond you have. Take on your mother's burden instead. For the longer you wait to become my avatar, the longer her body rejects my gift.
What is her bird? I'll take it. Yeah. So wait, hang on. So if I understand this, I have to get rid of the bond I have, or I can take up my mom's mark.
You can do it either way. You have to remove your warlock pack to either A, become the avatar, or B, become what seems to be a cleric of sorts for Sylvanas. Removing that burden from your mother, that mark that she's been given. And he looks at you and says, I honestly don't know if you're worthy of either. But prove it to me, and it shall be done. And after he finishes that, his body starts to kind of get smaller and smaller and smaller and kind of goes back into your uncle's form. Your uncle, visibly dazed, sits back down in his chair. Zod and Wanzeros kind of walks over and kind of puts a hand on each shoulder. That hammer, seemingly burning as it looks like, in green and silver on his shoulders. The plant growth also kind of very dark brown and green, just kind of shining through his chest. And that being of sorts that seems to be changing sizes and changing features in the light slowly starts to stop and fade. Your uncle, Rock, is fully covered in sweat. This is definitely taking a toll on him. And he just looks at you and says, what say you, BigYin? You asked why your father and uncle came back. Now you know. Was this not enough?
I kneel before my uncle. What must I do?
Remove your pact with your patron. Come back to me once that's complete.
Well, I guess I'll have to go have a word with Garfield then.
That you will. That you will.
Well, now hold on. I got a question. Sorry to interrupt. This is very serious.
This is just so on point for Ulrich. I love it.
You could have done that the whole time?
Who are you asking this to?
BigYin.
Got it.
What we just saw? No.
Nah, the whole not being
Warlock.
this.
Yeah. We've been calling you a demon for weeks.
I had no idea.
But you seem pretty knowledgeable about how you're going to be breaking this pact.
I said I have to talk to Garfield to see if I can even do it. I don't know if it's possible. They say it's possible. So I'm going to explore.
You never asked anyone? You got a demon in you.
I didn't really have the time now, did I?
We've been on the road for days. Why are you getting mad at me? You're the one with a demon in you.
So as you guys are kind of having this slight argument, which is super great. I love it. It's like super on point for characters. It's great.
I'm just looking at my dad and I'm looking at Ulrich like my other dad. I'm just like, God damn it. I can't win.
Yeah. And Elwarin, both of your parents kind of stand up and they bring your companion out and they say, there's one more thing we need to discuss with all of you. Rye removes her hood.
What?
She says, hello.
Are you serious?
I know most of you here pretty well.
You tried to fucking kill us.
I would
the
say
chick that was shooting at us.
I would
She
say
was
that
shooting at you.
I would say that went both ways. Yes.
Well, hey, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, bitch. Who are you?
My name is Rye. This is
Why are you here?
This is
You're
my
a
brother.
baddie.
This
We've
is
been
my
trying
bro-
to kill you forever.
This is my brother Benji, and you see Benji remove his hood. He's the half-elf wizard that teleported them out.
Oh, great. These fuckers.
Isn't he the one
And-
night that we almost they were trying to kill Elwarin because he was just being, you know?
And Dara and Ivel, as you guys kind of start slinging accusations at her, step forward to protect her.
What are their names again? I'm sorry.
Rai and Benji.
Rai and Benji.
And
Benji.
Dara and Ivel look at you guys and say, yes, yes, we understand there were some issues in the past. Death almost occurred. Yes, we understand. But please listen to her story.
You were fighting her.
Yes.
And we look at Big Elwarin's dad. It's like, didn't you almost like bite her in half?
You turned
Yes.
into a T-Rex.
I didn't know who she was. Give her a minute to speak.
She is a baddie.
There's a lot of finger pointing and accusations. I feel
I'm
like.
just saying. Why
Sure.
are you were there? You know what we saw.
I was there with you, yes. And so let her
Yeah.
explain. It'll all make more sense then. You think
All right.
do you
Flying out
trust
of your
us?
fucking mouth, and you just, became friends.
Do you trust
Look,
us?
This dude right here turned into a dragonborn with a demon in him. All right. There's a lot of weird shit going on. I don't trust a whole lot of people.
Do you trust me and Dara?
I think the only person I trust right now is Zanril and Elwarin.
And Zanril is a demon in him too.
Zanril's just gonna be like,
'Cause
oh, he's just gonna feel like kind of heartfelt, and he's just like gonna keep it to himself. He's just like, oh, okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Zanril's been honest about his weird shit from day one.
Yeah. Ivel will just look at you, Warren. Say, son.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at Ori and be like, Ori, if you trust me, then just let him explain.
All right. I'm leaning on you, Elwarin.
So Dara and Ivel start to explain who Rai is. Rai is Gariena's granddaughter, who I don't know if you guys remember in your notes at all. That's Elwarin's great aunt. Rai is Elwarin's second cousin. Rai and her, you see her great. She looks really good in this light.
No, I'm just trying to find out if they're lying.
That would be insight, brother. But you can see them very clearly. Yeah, they're not telling you a
trying
lie.
to find out if they're lying.
Yeah, no lies that you can tell. No visual cues that, or any ticks that would make you think they're lying.
That was the one lady that helped us out, like with the fucking wall and shit, right?
Yes, she was the she was the older wood elf that was at the cult location that kind of helped save all the civilians.
Yeah,
and
well, we
help.
fucked shit up on the inside and then got our ass beat and all that, the usual.
Yeah.
She's the one with the pixie.
Yes, the pixie
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they kind of go on to explain that Rai and her father were kidnapped during the Necromancer Wars. Her father was eventually corrupted and turned into a necromancer, and was working for a man known as the Advisor. Yeah, out of Zamorvan Hall.
What a weird name in a high fantasy world.
Sure, yeah.
About as weird as the snail and Mr. Leader.
Yeah,
Leader
the
and
names are pretty apropos.
So I
Maybe.
wouldn't say they're weird because
Sure.
it's actually there's a
If
precedent.
anything, if anything, they're right in line with everything else.
Listen, I try to keep a
Way to
succinct
stay
and
on brand.
listen, I'm trying.
The
man.
weirdest name that I've heard today is Benji because it's
That's fair.
pretty
Also.
normal.
Yeah.
That's also fair.
Well, I like how we got just like, oh, here's Benji, and then this chick's name is Slagathor, and it's just like, what?
Now,
the
you
fuck we
chose
doing?
that name. Why are you looking at
Well-
you? You chose that name.
Slagathor?
Yeah.
That's a great name. What are you
That's
talking
fine.
about?
But you chose it, is what I'm saying. Like, don't put that on me.
Okay.
Anyways, just like over the course of about 100 years, essentially, Rai's father was corrupted and turned into a necromancer from his normal abjuration wizard skill set, and Dara and Ivel had been looking for him ever since he disappeared during the Necromancy Wars, because they never found his body, and Dara believed that her uncle or her cousin could never. That's fair. Her cousin could never be captured and killed. He was too powerful in her mind to have that happen. So eventually they found her, and so yeah, I believe like Ulrich and Zanril kind of like in a corner, like while the story's being told. I was like, I don't trust this person. His name is Benji, either. And Zanril's like, I think it's just short for Benjamin. I don't know what you don't understand.
Right? It's really
weird elf name. I know it's like normal for a human name, but you know,
he's a half elf. He's a half elf.
Oh, okay, then that makes sense.
I don't know. I ain't heard no humans named Benjamin.
Cool.
Maybe you need to go.
Going over my notes right now. I don't know.
Sure, that's fine.
I got a Joffre in here.
Joffre was a halfling, not a human. Come on now.
My bad.
Yeah, you're bad indeed. You're bad indeed. Yeah, so they kind of continue the story, and it turns out that Dara's cousin eventually got corrupted, who's Rai and Benji's father. During this time, the advisor had been manipulating Rai to making her believe that Dara and Ivel had killed her father. And so twisting her and turning her malice for her father's killers turned her evil to do bad things in the name of getting vengeance for her father. Benji eventually came along and started helping out as a wizard themselves. And yeah, so that's kind of the story. And she says, oh, Ulrich, yes, roll me a history check when you hear the name the advisor said like 15 different times during the story.
Hold on. This reminds me of something, maybe.
So, there is another dwarf in Mirabar also goes by the name of the advisor. He is second to the king in terms of military command, and they typically have their own group of adventurers or people that work underneath them specific to the advisors.
So there's multiple of them, or
you can make the inference that there are probably one per each dwarven kingdom. Zamorvan Hall being the third and like least populated or least prominent of those kingdoms. So yes.
So okay. So it's like a title of a position.
Correct. Yes. And so she eventually kind of continues her story, and then she says, I saw my father get killed, and what I thought were my own eyes, which turned out instead to be a manipulation of the events via scrying with some kind of power that the advisor had over that scry. And I just was in a state of total anger. And the worst part, and she looks at Elwarin, is that I didn't even know you existed until you guys found me. And so then they kind of go on to tell how Elwarin and his parents kind of kidnapped her and Benji and kind of helped her sort out her memories, and how she's kind of come to the conclusion now that the advisor must be plotting something to harm the forest, because that was her mission, was to kind of destroy the high forest. And she's here to kind of help in any way she can with her information base. And she just looks at you all and she says, is that enough? Do you need a zone of truth? I'll submit to whatever.
What about a cone of truth?
That's the same thing, dude.
She looks at you and says, you might need one to cover your body with it. And then her and Benji kind of do a little knuckle bump, and then she goes, ooh, burn. And then
No. Hold on. You can't go, ooh, burn to your own goddamn joke. Somebody else has to say that, not you. Where's your etiquette?
Ooh, burn.
And then she points at Zanril, was like, he got it. He got it.
No, I was saying that to back
I want to fight this shit right now.
No, it was opposite. I was like, ooh, burn to him, to the thing he said to you, to back you. Never mind.
And then you just see Benji taking some notes, and he's like, okay, I get it now.
I just look at Elwarin and I just like kind of shake his head, like, what's what kind of family you have? Killing each other in the beginning.
All right, so you were manipulated into attacking the high forest. We came, we fucked you up, y'all teleported away. Where'd you go?
Oh yes, we went to the Sacred Stone Monastery, and
that's a bad place.
Is that where the Earth cultists are?
Actually, yeah, this could be good stuff. We're trying to get to the bottom floor of that, and there's like a password. We'll get to that one later. How then?
No, we were literally just there. Wait, no, we weren't. That was a while ago.
It's been a while. We were at the fire one.
Well, I thought they had they were homies with the Earth people, weren't they? Didn't they have
fire and?
I love how you. I would love how you guys are just like talking about this while in the middle of this. This is great, and she's just kind of watching.
This is table talk. This is table talk.
Oh, I would love this being character too. I think that'd be really good.
I'll just kind of tap Ulrich on the shoulder. It's like, if you're going to interrogate her, do you mind if I go wander off and go try?
Yeah, I mind. I'm still mad at you. What the hell?
I just put my hands up and I'm like, Uncle, is the door unlocked?
He looks at you, Ulrich. Do you want it to be unlocked?
Please?
I mean, he apparently can do whatever the fuck he wants, so let him go.
He shrugs and snaps his fingers, and the door opens, is unlocked.
Thank you, Uncle.
A god comes and talks to me. Oh, maybe I should think about how I can get rid of this demon now.
So convenient.
Yeah. Indeed. Oh, I shouldn't have thought of that. I don't know. Fucking 10 seconds after our demon entered my body.
I'm not gonna try and rehash the number of times I tried to dispel that shit from my own head and failed.
Yeah, bro. No, you were just trying to be like, oh, let me use dispel. That's not gonna work. You need money. You need power.
Like
this guy
you
gets
fucking
it.
know.
You know what, Lando?
I walk out.
You're on my list too. You're good. You've been there for me every time.
I know. I'm saying that as a player, not as fucking Ulrich, not as fucking BigYin. I walk out and I just head off.
I'm still good at magic, though. Come on, I was right.
Good stuff. All right, yeah. So back. Lando, I guess BigYin just starts to walk out the room. I guess. Heading over to Garfield.
There's no I need to shoo him.
Zanril's gonna huh?
What are you doing, Lando?
There we go. I'm shooing him away.
I see.
I heard few him. I heard few. Yeah. I heard few him, and I was like, "Are you gonna set him on fire? Like, what does that mean?"
Well, I mean, I could do that. That would be. I would be all for that option.
I don't think that'll work, though.
My powers don't work that way, so I'm out of luck.
Yeah. Xander, you were saying something?
Oh, when BigYin heads out, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and close the door. It's kind of like a private conversation kind of thing happening. So just
I love it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So BigYin, as you walk, literally a centimeter behind you, the door closes on you. I love it. That's great.
I just shake my head and I'm like, oh God, why was I not patient? I just should have left it alone. I never should have accepted the option. I just should have kept on walking and possibly died. That would have been so much better than all of this bullshit.
And as you wander out, the party's still going for everybody else. There's still wrestling, there's still food, there's still beer. The life of the party is still definitely outside.
I am just just internally kicking myself. Just what the fuck? Seriously?
Cool. So yeah, so we'll go from that to back into the room, and then we'll get to
no. Go back to the interrogation because that's way more fun right now.
Sure. Yeah. So Ulrich, what do you got more?
All right. So y'all teleport back to the monastery. Great. Then these two were like, "Oh shit, that's our siblings. Great. We need to now, since they tried to kill us, go and save them." Right?
So are you looking to Dar and Ivel?
Yeah.
So Dar and Ivel would say, no, okay. When this is the first time we saw Rai was in that fight.
Granted.
And Rye looks a lot like her father. And we put the pieces together after talking to Gariena. We didn't tell her that he might still be alive or who she might be. We just had a hope that maybe one of our relatives was still alive.
Right.
After that bloody contest.
Yeah, this is sort of where the sticking point is for me. They tried to kill us. Yeah. Right? You agree to that.
Yes.
You were definitely trying to kill us.
Yeah. That definitely was the plan.
Yeah. Vice versa.
Definitely was the plan at the time, yes.
And then your two takeaway from that was, we got to go find them to save them.
No, our first thought was, who the fuck was that? And then after she teleported and we had some time to think, and this is now Dara kind of stepping forward, she looked exactly like him. After we sat down and thought and tried to figure out who she could be.
Sure.
She looked exactly like him.
Well, I mean, I get that. I get that.
And she's like, listen, I've been searching for him for 100 years until I found him 5 years ago.
Damn, bro, you old.
So, all right. Then you were like, all right, we got to kidnap them or capture them in some way.
Maybe to interrogate them. Yeah, to interrogate them and figure out what the hell is happening. Yes.
Love it. How did you break the thing, right? Like, what happened there?
Oh. And this is where Ivel kind of steps up. He's like, you see him start pulling out some mushrooms. And Elwarin, you recognize these mushrooms. These are the ones that your father's been working with for like 15 years now. These mushrooms were the ones that kind of like help you share dreams and share memories with other people. They're magical for sure. And it is probably, aside from you, the proudest thing your father believes that he's ever created. And Ivel just pops it out and he says, well, gave her a bite of this. I took a bite of mine. And she was able to see what I saw in my dream. I was able to see what she saw in her dream for what happened when her father died. And it's all started to kind of make sense. Most of her memories and concepts of what had been happening at that time were distorted. And so over a long period of time, I slowly started to unravel her mind with my magical power to just unlock and fix those memories and kind of show her what had been distorted and what was incorrect. It wasn't easy. And he like begins to like lift up part of his shirt, and you see right around the elbow of his left arm, it's fully black. He says, I don't know how much longer I have left of this arm, honestly. That was some evil shit inside of her. I'm still working on fixing it. It's not gone forever yet, but I'd rather lose an arm than lose family forever.
All right. So then that happened. That sucks, by the way. I'm sorry for your arm loss.
Yeah, sorry, that sucks.
but back to the main thing. Back to the main thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then y'all came together. We're like, we're a big family now. What is the next step? What are y'all doing now?
Rye, myself, this is Dar speaking, Ivel, and Benji are going to meet up with the rest of the Emerald Enclave higher ups. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get a detailed plan of what she was privy to were the attacks on the future forests, as well as the creatures they were trying to recruit into their service, and who is the advisor. And she kind of looks at you and she's like, I'll tell you this much. He's been outliving the dwarves and the dwarven kings for years, it seems.
It's probably magic. Why are
She
y'all
shrugs.
surprised?
She just shrugs her shoulders. She's like, just thought it'd be interesting for you to know, as they don't really teach you guys that.
Those folk, who knows what's going on with them?
Yeah, true.
I once saw this one dude. He just fucking flew for miles. I just saw him take off, and off he went, out of nothing.
Yeah,
and everyone went, "Yeah, that's normal."
It's magic.
Outliving some dwarves. That's really not the most conspicuous thing I've seen.
Sure, yeah, but they look like dwarves.
Maybe it's a lich.
Dwarves know magic.
Yeah.
Not me.
Agreed. Yeah, we all know you don't know magical work. It's quite the joke, honestly, of how abhorrent it seems you are to magic.
Well, it's worked out well for me so far.
Agreed. You've lived a long life for a dwarf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so find out who but you should know who the advisor is, right? Like that's like
so
public information.
Rye looks at you and she's like, "It's just a title. Nobody."
Well, you just said that they've outlived.
Yes, and I only know that because I've seen the documents my father was able to manage to put together. They have a title change with a new, and she puts like in quotes, a new dwarf rise up through the ranks and becomes an advisor. But it's just a shadow. It's just a sham.
You should be able to just ask anyone in the military who the advisor is.
And they'll tell you it's just the advisor. Like, you didn't know the advisor's name also when you were in the Mirror military. It was just the advisor.
Well, sure. But like, I would imagine that there's...
And she looks at you and she says nobody knows their name except just that they're the advisor.
I'm just saying there's ways to get to the bottom of it.
Sure, and we're going to try to, but that's what our goal with Rye is. We're going to talk with her, discuss what their plans are, try to defend and fortify what we can.
And this is out of character, but I might have missed it. Did you say what, like, army or military they're with, or
this was no. So this advisor and Rye is from Zamorvan Hall, one of the 3 large dwarven strongholds: Mirbar, Mithril Hall, and Zamorvan Hall. Zamorvan Hall being the smallest of those 3.
Zamorvan?
Yeah, here, I guess I can bring us to a map. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's like a very standard D&D place. Sorry, that's on me.
Zamorvan.
Yeah, so it's this one over here, man. Next to it's kind of close by to Mithril. Honestly, it's like on the edge of the Evermoors.
That is not how I was going to spell that. Zamorvan. Okay.
I feel like I pronounced it correctly at least. But
no, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
It's just a weird fucking D&D sounding name, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy like fucking Benji. Like if you don't know how to spell Benji, there's probably something.
Or Mithril Hall, like you know, Mirabar also makes sense. Mithril Hall, Zamorvan.
Yeah, is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, they're from Zamorvan Hall. You know who you should ask. You know, maybe not the Mirabar army. They're going through some tough times right now. But Mithril Hall, you know, they're probably got information on the other dwarven settlements.
She kind of just looks at you, says, "Yeah, sure." But the amount of power this advisor wields is unlike anything we've seen in a while.
Y'all just summoned a god.
Yes. Okay, listen. And this is this is Rock. He's like, listen, it's not something I can do every day, okay? He's like kind of coughing and wheezing, like sweat's just still pouring from his body.
I mean, I get that. You know, there's quite the cost, but y'all did just summon a god.
Yeah.
With the expectation that he's gonna be back, because like he gave a quest to the guy who's finally gonna go talk to someone to fix him.
Eventually, sure. How long that'll take, I don't know. But yeah, well, and then Dara kind of steps forward again. Yeah, we'll look into it. You know, maybe we'll talk to somebody at Mithril Hall, but it's just unnerving. I guess. Anyways, and then you see
Now,
Benji
how'd
kind
y'all
of.
get? I'm
you-
assuming y'all weren't in the second or first floor of the monastery.
she's like, oh no,
right?
we were in Yartar by the time that these guys came.
Well, whoever, how'd y'all get down or out of the lower levels?
And you see her start to think, and then she just kind of looks up at you, like eyes kind of blank. I don't know.
Well, maybe that one should take some priority. There's some problems there. Maybe eat some mushrooms or something.
Yeah, we'll look into it. Yeah, she kind of like shakes her head. Benji kind of walks up and says, all right, sir, I think my sister's been through enough. And he's like, but you might find this useful. And he flicks a coin at you.
Catch it?
As you do, you see that same dragon symbol.
Okay. All right. Where'd you get this?
Used to be ours.
Great. Good. Okay. I mean, I know your sister's out of it, but you could answer too. You seem like a smart fellow. You're writing shit down all over the place.
Yeah, man. I mean, we were able to communicate with our advisor through that when he so chose to speak to us.
I think when he says that, I'm going to flip it over to Zanril. No. Here you go, Zanril. You can have this.
I take it. I'm like, oh, shiny.
Yeah, so Zanril, you can write this down.
I'll keep that.
Yeah, you can write this down as like a dragon token if that's what you want to call it. It's a golden token with a dragon carved into it.
Golden dragon token. Okay.
And he just kind of looks at you, Ulrich, and he kind of shrugs his shoulders like, I thought you'd want it because it's kind of similar to the ones that they have at the nearby army. But, usually they're rams and bears and wolves and shit.
Yeah, or dragons.
And he kind of looks at you like surprised. He's like, shouldn't be too many of those. Say that much.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. No.
Kind of shrugs and he's like, well, it's probably not going to work because it's not attuned to you guys. But let's just say Rai used to go into these like trances at night sometimes, and she would be speaking in this language I didn't understand, and like there used to be like voices that came out of that token that also was in a language I couldn't understand, and yeah, it was weird, but the advisor said it was okay, so figured it was just I don't know, thought it was okay. It was weird, don't get me wrong, but I've known the advisor my entire life. And this is a guy who looks like he might be 20 years old. He's got brown, black hair, small little elven point to his ears, nothing too crazy. Small goatee, no mustache, and just in fairly standard wizard's robes. Little weathered and road kind of worn, some like dirt here and there. But for the most part, healthy looking guy.
Mm.
And
right.
He's like, listen, how we got out of there, we were led by one of those cult people, and they let us out. We went up, we went down deeper into the second floor, and then deeper again, and then we came out through some water, and we took a boat to Yartar.
Oh, that pool. Never mind.
When you went down deeper, did
Mhm.
you hear them say anything? Like at the entrance to a door, or like pause and say like a magic word or anything like that?
Yeah, it was something garbled. Kind of like rocks hitting each other almost.
Yeah, that sounds probably Terran.
Sure, I guess you'd know better than me. I've never heard that language before.
Yeah. There's a lot of information.
Yeah, but yeah, she's kind of in a trance when she let us out, kind of pointing to Rye. And like those cultists were kind of like with us too, just in case she got lost. But like, I don't really think she remembers how she got out. Like, she's not lying. That's what you're concerned about.
I just realized I muted myself for the last 30 minutes.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
I've been talking and like.
Oh no!
And I've just like talked over you and Ulrich talked over you. You're just
it's like I'm picking my moments, or I haven't been like interrupting people. I'm like, there's a pause in the conversation. I have something to say. I say something, and then we just keep going, and it's been longer than I would like to admit.
That happens. Yeah, that happens. Like that. What questions do you have?
So goddamn tired.
What questions do you have?
All right.
Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
But yeah, they're essentially done. And Rye is like I said, like not passed out, but like isn't like quite there right now. And Benji just looks like that's all we really have to say. If Rye thinks of anything else, I'll get Uncle Ivel and Aunt Dara. That still sounds weird to say. To like send you guys a message of some sort. I kind of looks over at Elwarin. My brother over there is able to talk to his parents. Pretty simple and easy. So if you got any information to give you, we'll relay it through them.
Yeah, great. Appreciate it.
On just like a table talk note, I still think this chick is pretty sus.
Sure. That's fair. She did try to kill you guys, so that's fair.
She did try to kill us.
Yeah. I'm not like this wasn't a like absolvement or like fully like her sins have been paid. Like I'm not trying to say that. She's just
turned into a T-Rex so we could fight them.
They need to be paid in blood.
Damn.
Okay, you do what you gotta do, man. You might die for it, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
I think I could kill her.
You may not be able to kill Dara, Ivel, and possibly Elwarin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would have to fight all of them? That's
probably
fun.
Benji too. Just maybe.
Why would I have to go toe to toe with all?
Maybe Gariena also, like her last living like descendant.
I'm gonna 1v1 this broad and just see what happens.
Because family is very strong for them.
And remember, Ivel might turn into a T-Rex again. So.
I'm not. You think I'm afraid of a T-Rex?
Nah, he's gonna turn into Don Toretto.
Yeah.
They all just turn into Don Toretto, and they just all get leap out of the bushes. Family, and they just beat the shit out of you with their cars.
They bring out their
they become Transformers, and then instead of T-Rexes, they just have car parts, and they just beat the shit out of you with the car parts.
That's pretty cool.
And they just say family, and drive off into the sunset, and they drive off into the sunset.
Family as they beat you.
Yeah, that's the only word they can say. It's kind of like Pokemon. Family. Yeah. Family.
Yeah. I think Ulrich is going to try to talk to the remaining members of the group.
Sure.
Like off to the side.
Yeah. So we'll cut here and we'll go over to BigYin, who would be with at Garfield's place, I believe, correct?
I'm back.
Perfect timing. You'd be at Garfield's place now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna move everybody else off the map real quick. Did you delete your characters, Zanril? Because then you're not gonna be able to see anything.
Oh, I just put another one there.
Okay, I'll just put you I'll put you here. You can still see everything.
You could put Tiny Me there.
Nope, you're not tiny.
Oh,
just a real little guy.
Oh damn! No more Tiny Me.
No more Tiny You.
My mini me.
Your mini me is gone. Yeah. So BigYin, you get to Garfield's place. You knock on the door. I was like, sure. Do you knock on the door? Maybe are you?
Oh yeah, no. I knock on the door before I come in.
Yeah. So like I said, it is nighttime.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You knock on the door. Garfield's like, come in. Ah, yes, BigYin. Here to buy some magical wares.
Well, I don't have all my money at the moment. I'll need Zanril for that. No, but there are a few things I'd like to know if you still have, and then I'll just rattle off basically the Wraith gear.
Yes, that still exists.
Right. Well, I might be buying that in the near future. On the other hand,
True.
I'll just kind of slowly walk up to him and I'll be like,
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Time out 1 second. How slowly, how seductively, and what is your stance when you're walking towards him?
My stance is very, very like open and just kind of like frustrated, confused, not at him, but it's very just like I'm kicking myself right now.
Sure.
It's like I am exuding just like what the fuck have I done with my life right now?
Sure.
Kind of like a teenager or a college student who's realized he's pissed away like the better part of his education, has fucked everything up, and now he's gonna try and figure out how to get things back on track.
Yeah, fairly standard BigYin stuff.
Yeah, fairly standard BigYin stuff.
Yeah. The teenage angst that he never got to deal with.
Yeah, I just kind of stand here and I'm just like, I just realized a whole lot more about my family that I did not know about.
Oh,
I know what that hammer is.
Yes.
And I realized I fucked up.
Welcome, BigYin, to your lifestyle.
Yeah, I know. It's bad enough I've gotten it from my parents, my surrogate father, Ulrich, who just hates me right now.
Whoa. BigYin, don't you already have a father? Why would you need a surrogate father?
I don't need a surrogate, but let's face it, Ulrich's like the team dad. And
you
he always looks
got
at
a
me
home
with
dad, and then you got a road dad.
He's always looking at me with disapproval, like he hates me. Like I drive him nuts, and I disappoint him. It's awful.
Is it because you're dragging your nuts all over his face?
It's funny.
Damn, Zanril wish we would be in there.
Continue. Sorry, that was just a good jest that you placed in front of me.
I realize what my real
Yes?
I realize what my I could have been, and what's his face?
What is his face?
Not Muradin. No, hang on. I'm sorry. Not Sylvanas. I think Sylvanas Windrunner, but that's a girl.
That is a girl.
Yeah.
That's also in World of Warcraft, I believe.
I know. Sylvanas told me that if I can get rid of my pact, all of this nonsense, I can take up the burden of my mother, or he might choose me as his avatar. And
you're looking to make a deal, huh?
And frankly, I've never been comfortable with this anyways.
You're looking to make a deal to break a deal,
It would seem that way.
Oh, this is going to be so good and juicy cost-wise for me. BigYin. I might have a way to do it. I will need lots of your blood.
Oh, God.
I will need to make a golden golem of your size and stature. I will need to add your blood to the mixture and try to derive the essence of your patron so you may chat with him, as I believe you do not have a good way to communicate with him in the current standing.
I could call him up and ask him 3 questions.
Oh!
I did ask him. He gave me one free question, and
what did you ask him?
I asked him for his true name, and he wouldn't tell me it.
What demon worth his salt would give you his name?
He said he would answer one free question, and he said he never lied, then he lied. So
he didn't lie. He just said he wasn't going to answer that.
Yeah, I know. Well, so why would I need to talk?
How would I know that? God only knows. That was I DM'd that a little bit too hard. I apologize. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I'm just looking at him and I'm like, I'm starting to think you are some kind of divine deity.
Perhaps I'm not. Perhaps I just love making deals.
Right. So, how much gold will you need?
3,000 gold pieces at the minimum to form this golem.
Oh, I have that.
Okay.
Well, I should say, I know someone who has my 3,000 gold.
Okay.
I can go get it.
All right. And need some blood? Well, not some, a good amount. You will need to bring your patron either through my powers, which would be an extra cost, or bring his essence into the golem, and you will have to talk to him. Maybe have a battle of sorts. You must find a way to break your pact with him. But I can only bring you to the table. Everything else must be done by you.
Fuck.
Breaking a pact is not easy, young one.
I'd be better off just dying.
That's another option, of course. Death is a release of sorts, but not for you. I believe your soul is going to him, right? So will your death truly be a release?
No, the conditions of the deal was if I died in combat and I didn't waste my 3 questions, he'd have nothing more. The contract is broken.
Ooh, juicy, BigYin. Look at you. Finding the fine print. I love it.
If I use all 3 questions, then I'm boned. He has my soul, and I am his tool.
Excellent, excellent. Well, when you're ready, come back with the gold for me.
Oh, dear. Right. 3,000, you say?
And it must be all in gold pieces, BigYin. Not platinum, not electrum, not silver. All in gold.
Yes. I'll wander out and go back and find Zanril.
Okay.
And I'll just actually, I'm going to go and grab the whole party.
So I think they're all still in the main house at this point.
So the door is locked.
Yeah, the door has been closed behind
I
them.
will go and I pound on the door.
Zanril casts Mage Hand and opens the door.
So it wasn't locked, right? He just closed the door. It was never locked.
Yeah, he just closed. It was never locked. Yeah, I just closed it.
I walk in.
No, Zanril opens the door for you. Yeah, you walk in.
I tap Lando. I tap Zanril on the shoulder. I'll say, "I'll need you to come with me," and then I'll walk over to Ulrich and say, "I will need I will need your help. I will possibly need everyone's help because I'm not sure I can think my way through this, and I need opinions."
Now it can't wait.
I thought we're still in the family reunion kind of.
We're like in the middle of a thing right now.
We can do it tomorrow, but
can we do this thing you need to do tomorrow?
We can do it tomorrow. I've already talked to Garfield. I know what I need to do. But I have some thinking. I'm going to go talk to my uncle, and then I'll bring everyone in on the plan and not make any hasty decisions. Right?
What do you need?
Yeah, that's great.
I need my 3,000 gold.
Sounds pretty hasty.
Yeah, Zanril's gonna be like, kind of rubbing his chin, kind of looking down.
It was my fair portion. Don't you? I was the one who had the idea to sell it to Garfield in the first place.
Well, you see, BigYin, I don't actually have the money anymore.
Don't you fuck me like this, dude. Don't you dare.
Xander just simply nods. He's just like, kind of like, yeah, he just nods. Okay.
I'll walk up to Xander and it's like, look, I'm not buying items with it. It's gonna be melted down to be turned into a golem of me, and then I try it, and then
You just see Xander gasp as he's like, what a fucking waste. What benefit do you have to melt gold when gold is good and his monetary value as a coin? What?
If it gets me out of this bloody deal, it's worth its weight.
You could just buy items. I prefer you to buy items rather than smelting the gold.
It's mine.
What?
It is mine.
What if Org just sort of like looks up, what if all of this has been
I'll look at
challenge of wits.
I will look at Lando and I'm Ulrich, and I'm literally saying it is coming down to the battle of wits. Exactly. That is literally it.
What if this is it?
Aren't you supposed to call him Dad?
Hey,
I'm never calling him that
Daddy-o.
to my face.
Hey, Daddy-o, how you been?
Daddy.
Like, what if we're in the middle of the battle of wits against a demon right now?
It's not like the demon or your patron can't hear you. You know he knows what's happening right now.
Yeah.
He's been awfully quiet.
He's like listening to you and being like, "Oh, BigYin's trying to break my contract." He's probably like thinking of the next step.
Well, then I'll just let Lando kill me.
Yeah, and he gets your soul.
No,
so
he
gets
doesn't.
you out of the way.
He doesn't.
Oh.
Now
That was written into the fine print. If
what
I
is
waste all 3
your-
questions and I die,
It's a contract, right?
yes,
What's the contract?
I
What
get
is the
3.
contract?
I have to find I have to find it in my notes again.
I think you get 3 questions.
Yeah.
I don't think you've
What's-
actually told anyone what the contract was.
I believe that's correct.
did it.
I believe that's correct.
Share dream.
Yo, where's Frank the dog? Maybe he can put it in
Bipedal.
there.
Oh yeah, what if we took you, put him in Frank, and then we just started buffing Frank, and we had Frank BigYin.
Yeah, we can just juice up Frank.
Franken.
He can be
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Although that was the doctor. Actually, probably would get smarter. So maybe
I mean,
demons
Frankenstein
fun
wasn't
cool.
really.
Yo,
smart.
if BigYin was in there, then he definitely would be smarter, essentially.
Frankenstein. I like that. That's pretty good. That's a good one. That's
Yes.
That's like a fun I should
Or
have had.
daddy,
Fuck.
yes. The surrogate father of the group, I guess.
Like,
Frank's
why don't?
protecting the
What
village.
if
She's
you
the same
just
size as the house.
ask? What if you just ask your patron how to break the contract?
Why would he even tell me that to let me do that?
I don't know. That's why I want to see this contract.
Okay, hang on.
Is it written down?
So,
You're talking about print and stuff, so
That's not a good situation.
the deal as it was written down, from my understanding, is I get 3 questions from him. I get to answer. I get to ask him 3 questions in the course of the deal. He will give me jobs to do. He will not directly interfere with me. He'll only contact me when he has something for me to do. He will give me when I complete the job. He gives me something. If I use all 3 questions, my soul is his. If I die, he doesn't care. I'm an expendable tool at that point.
well, what does
My
that
soul
mean?
is mine. If I
That
die,
doesn't. That's not how I read that.
no, literally, he doesn't get my soul. Like it's
No,
written in
he
the
doesn't
contract.
care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. And he seems like a lying bastard, so
Well, he hasn't
Does-
told
it-
a lie thus far. I will say.
It
It was
doesn't
written. It was
say-
written in the
Oh,
contract.
yeah.
It doesn't say that the contract is voided if you die. It just says he doesn't care if you die.
Can I focus on Black Star and try to communicate with my patron?
Sure. What are you trying to ask your patron?
So this is the deal. I'll be given tasks, and I get 3 questions total.
Yeah.
If I die of natural causes, so death, old age,
Yeah.
anything like that, I'm free. If I go beyond the 3 questions and I die, my soul is forfeit. So if I get stabbed, it's still considered a natural cause because we're doing dangerous shit.
That doesn't sound that natural.
Well, the thing is, if you were to go according to your contract, that means you already asked 2 questions, even though he said he'll give you another question for free. Essentially, in your contract, you only have 3
I haven't asked any of the questions. I haven't asked any of the questions yet. I got the 1 free question.
No,
So
I'm
that's
saying
1.
I'm saying that even if he gives you a free question, your contract says 3. So if you ask a question, even if he says it's a free question, that's not how it works in contract wise. You ask the question.
Now we have a group of adventurers pouring over this contract.
Oh yeah, I'm asking my patron how is BigYin's patron doing in this situation? I'm just very curious.
Sure, yeah. Your patron doesn't quite know how to respond to that. He's like, I don't know if I can even tell you who BigYin's patron is. I don't even know really who his
No,
patron is.
how is he? Or like how is he reacting to this current situation? Like I'm assuming he already knows what's happening.
Your patron laughs. He says, "We'll just say if I know, he probably knows." And I'll say this: I don't actually know who his patron is, but it is someone outside of my purview, and there are not too many demons or devils outside of my purview.
Then I have a question. If I were to break my contract with you, what would I need to do to break that?
You break a contract with me? No.
Yeah. I'm just. This is just a simple question. I'm not gonna break my contract with you. Essentially, like
Sarah's like, this is dope as hell.
yeah,
I'm thoroughly enjoying this
enjoying.
contract so far.
I'm truly enjoying it. I'm benefiting it, and you're benefiting it. Yeah, well, it's a symbiotic relationship, or maybe I don't know if it is, but I'm enjoying it.
He just kind of looks at you and says, "To break a contract with me, you would need to beat me in a way that I would no longer feel the need to keep you." How you do that?
Okay.
I'm not sure, honestly.
But breaking a contract does have
It's difficult.
huge consequences.
Very
right?
large consequences. Very difficult. I can count on my hand how many have done it before successfully.
Oh, how many?
4. And that's not with me. That's overall in all of the patrons I've known.
Okay. I'm just gonna okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna cut off the connection.
And then before you cut the connection, he says, "Remember, Zanril, I need him removed." That's all he says.
Understood. And I just look at BigYin and I say, "You're fucked."
Nice.
I just I look at him and I just shake my head and just "You're just fucked." You're fucked. One way and another, you're fucked. Even if you spend 3K, you're fucked.
Now, Elwarin, here's a question. What about those mushrooms that your dad was talking about? What if we all, Emerald Enclave, fucking Zanril, everyone ate a bunch of mushrooms, and then we go into BigYin's brain, and we just kill the demon?
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah,
a dream is a dream.
Yeah, I'm also not sure about that. We would have to ask my father about that more.
Yeah, and
he's still there. Ival is still there, by the way.
Oh, I thought we.
No, you guys are still in the big hall with everybody else still there.
We're just off to the side.
Yeah, you guys are just off to the side. They're all kind of having their own conversation, in the middle of the room. You guys have all kind of gone off to the side where big, so you guys have your own little chat. Nobody's eavesdropping, right? Nobody's trying to listen on the conversation. No. But everybody is still in the room that was there previously.
I'm gonna go talk to my uncle because I have a couple questions for him.
Zanril, your patron.
Yes.
Does he exist somewhere?
Yeah, he exists. All patrons do exist in some sort of plane dimension.
I exist.
Yes, you do exist. You
and that's a very good point. That's a very good point, Lando. You exist.
Thank you.
Now, it hasn't worked so far, but you can die. No, well, I mean, you can die.
Oh, no, I can't die.
That's fair, right? Because, again, me neither.
He gets killed, he becomes a god. And it's just Lando lathered in oil and all that, and he's just sitting on the
god
side.
of butter and oil,
entertainment and battle and violence.
Now, my whole point being, if you exist, that gives you a really good opportunity to no longer exist, right?
Yes, but at the same time, these are beings beyond our comprehension, beyond.
It was a demon. This Like yours,
It is
maybe.
a demon, but the fact that my patron doesn't know him that much, that worries me a lot. Well, not that much because I worry more about money and like business wise, but it's just like
and
that
Zanril,
worries me.
that's why I love you, Zanril. Like, I know exactly where your priorities lie.
Yes, as long as we make money, it's
Right?
good. We
I
good.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I'm just saying, BigYin, if you were ever to fight him, I think he's fucked. Because that's probably the only way for him to break his contract at this point.
Well,
or sweet
one-on-one,
talk.
yeah, we got lots of folks though.
No.
And we got Lando. And he's basically a god.
The
Yeah.
only
True.
According to my patron, only 4 people have actually been able to break their contract. Out of all the warlocks, only 4
Here,
have.
I will post in Discord if it lets me. Nope.
God damn.
Didn't let me post it. I'll find a way to post BigYin's contract, like the verbatim.
But, like if we were to imagine all the warlocks in the world and all of the ones that are dead by trying to break their contract, I think 4 is a very small number.
Maybe.
And a
if you
very
tried,
small chance.
you don't even seem that interested in breaking your contract, right?
No, he's making. I'm making money. I'm killing things.
There's got to be a lot of people like you who are just like, hell yeah, give me that dark power.
And there's some people who probably was forced upon. Like BigYin.
Yeah, well, forced is a strong word.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, he was complying. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't forced. He complied.
I just speak up and I say, if I hadn't, I would have been dead. The
Boom.
number of times I
There's the
nearly died
contract.
already.
In Discord for y'all.
Well, yeah, but now
No,
you're
this was the other contract. This is the one to pull the demon manifest within BigYin's body and that into a golem to hold the magical energies and go into Frank. This is that contract.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely an option.
Yep.
I think the there was no like a contract that you signed. It was like a verbatim.
It was a verbatim. Yeah.
Yeah. It was not like a piece of paper that you signed or anything.
Oh,
it was,
it
was a verbal contract.
The deal I made.
This is the one from a while ago.
Yeah. That's how long this has been.
So we could have done this.
Have a demon dog as a pet. Well,
this is true. Honestly, this is true.
Let me take this opportunity
BigYin still
to do
has his druid powers in his house.
This is what he's like. I had no choice, guys. I had to become a warlock.
Man, Frank could have been Jack.
Yo, and now just imagine this contract is no longer valid, and then we bring it up, and he's gonna be like, 2,000 gold pieces.
He said it's harder now because he's more embedded.
Yeah. And so the previous contract, I guess, for Frank the Clay Dog specifically was this one. Let me get that one real quick. Because there was 2 contracts. There was that first one, and there was an addendum contract that you guys signed with Garfield. Here, let me post that in the chat also. And this is obviously this at the time prior to BigYin becoming full warlock. So have things changed?
Inexorably changed his body by entering in the agreement with the.
Okay, yeah, 100%, 100%, right. So like I said,
before that happened,
I just love
inexpensive.
I just love that your guys' names are the Bad Boys. That was the group name you guys came up with.
I mean, because
it's good.
What are you gonna do when we come for you?
We're just not very good. Is the thing.
Sure. Yeah. I just loved it. So yeah, those are the 2 contracts. I don't know if I can show this. Whatever. I'll just kind of read it. Essentially, they're supposed to be paying Garfield 1,000 gold pieces essentially to get Frank the Clay Dog additional magic powers.
Oh, I like Frank the God.
Maybe.
Frank the Clay God.
Maybe. And
let
the
me
red and green
hit
potions.
you with my pottery powers, bitch.
Hey man, you don't know what Frank's powers are. You guys haven't unlocked him yet.
Yo, he just starts forming clay minions and all that.
Yeah.
I have a whole setup.
Other little mini.
Listen, I have a whole concept. You guys have no idea. You guys have been sitting on this demon stuff for a long time. I have a whole thing for Frank. You guys kill a demon god or demon lord and put that energy into Frank. You're in for it, guys. I got a whole thing set up for it. Don't you worry.
I want to have Frank the wolf god dog.
Maybe that's what he becomes. Maybe he stops being made of clay when you guys do that.
What was he made of? Metal? Ooh.
Maybe.
Can I melt? Can I just enter a deal with Garfield to melt my gold down and just juice up Frank, make him all shiny?
It's possible, yeah.
Frank the gold dog.
Yeah.
Will it be worth your gold? No one can say.
You just see Zanril cry
Well,
as you see
I
the
imagine
gold
he'd be
dog.
really heavy. I imagine he'd be really heavy,
He would
and
be.
I could probably throw him, and that would be just as effective as my other ball.
I also want to see BigYin try to drag 3,000 gold out of this place. But so just to summarize what we've got so far. Elwarin's family is now family. They were being coursed by a person called the Advisor,
Or
who's a
misguided.
dwarven- or misguided, yeah. Or advising. They were being advised to do things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the Advisor. From what is it?
Zamorvan Hall.
Zamorvan, right? I have to remember because it actually it rhymes with dwarven, which
just really good, right? Really good, huh?
Zamorvan, dwarven.
Yeah, that's how they came up with the name, man.
Okay, so there's that. There's a demon that. Well, I guess there's a god, Sylvanas,
Mm-hmm. Who uses Firbolgs as his avatars.
right? And BigYin was supposed to be that avatar, and if he can break the contract with his patron, then he can either become the avatar or take on the responsibilities of his mother has.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It'll depend on what Sylvanas deems him worthy of, essentially.
Oh, okay, so that's not really up to BigYin then.
It depends. Like BigYin has to prove himself to Sylvanas after spurning his gift previously.
Gift?
Gotcha.
I didn't even know.
It happens. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good. We're like, this is not necessarily on you, kind of, but not 100%. Maybe, who knows? You know, this is a story we've been telling. It's been cool.
Yeah.
This is your path to redemption or path to truly forsake this power. If it's up to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I want to just go to my uncle.
Sure. Which one?
The one who's the avatar of a fucking god.
Yeah. So Rock. Yeah.
And then stab him and take his blood.
Yeah, and then get that power coursing through the staff. He goes.
Why?
He goes full fucking demon. He turns black instead of red. He's just dripping. Be great.
I'm sorry, Uncle. Fuck. No, I'm not doing that shit.
You can roll.
No.
Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't.
I am not doing that. I'll go to my uncle, and I'll sit. I'll just kind of. Is he standing or is he at a table? Is he?
He's in his chair. He's in the chair. He is like physically and mentally exhausted from that ordeal.
Yeah.
That was all of maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, for sure. I walk up to my uncle and I say, Uncle?
Yes, BigYin, yes. What can I help you with? His voice kind of hoarse. His body just fully just drenched in sweat.
Can I get you something?
I'll be fine. I don't use that form too frequently.
I can see why it would be taxing on the body.
Yes. What can I do for you?
I have a question.
Speak.
I outline him the contract and I outline what Garfield has told me.
Sure.
I have what it takes to make the golem, and I'm willing to pay Garfield to help me draw the thing into it. But I do not have the words or wisdom to see how I can convince this thing to break the deal.
He looks at you.
Can you advise me?
Eyes back to the older Firbolgness. No mischievousness, no playlessness.
Yeah, no, I look at him because I'm asking him because he's probably the wisest, most level-headed person I know at this point.
Oof, Ulrich feels bad, man, doesn't it? No, I'm kidding.
It's not wrong though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't disagree. He just looks at you and he says, "Breaking a contract with the demon is not done lightly. BigYin, what do you think you're best at? Combat or thoughts?
Apparently neither at this point.
Pick one.
I mean, I've evidently table talk here. I've pretty much proven in this game I cannot think my way out of around a corner, let alone a paper bag.
But you're pretty good at fighting. You guys fought off two warlocks that were pretty fucking strong.
Like, why change that?
Yeah.
Like,
I look at my uncle and I say, "Uncle, it would have to be fighting, even more so if I have my friends with me."
He looks at you and says, "Then you must offer him something he doesn't have currently as a wager to break this contract. It's something that he wants, something he desires more than what you've currently given him. Think on that. Find out what that leverage could be you could use, and he might choose to amuse you with this breaking of contract if you have that thing that he desires or needs or wants." That's
Thank you, Uncle.
Truly all I can say. If you cannot outsmart him, then don't. Right? Thinking is not for the best of all of us. Look at your father, look at your uncle. They're smart, but not the wisest.
Wise words, Uncle. Shit, now I have to figure out what he wants. And I'll get up and walk. I'll just bow and say, "Thank you." And I'll walk away.
Kind of nods his head.
I'll walk up to the crew. I'll gather everyone around and I'll say, "Right. If you'll help me fight him, and if I can get him to agree to a fight, will you help me?"
Fighting a demon?
And you can yes.
Zanril's like, you wanna roll that back, brother? You wanna say that again?
I look at Zanril and I say word for word what I just said.
We're about to die from just two warlocks, you know.
No, I don't mean just you. I mean like Lando, Ulrich, Elwarin.
A demon's a much bigger existence or stronger being than two warlocks.
Trapped in the golem, trapped on our plane.
Now, how? I don't know much about magic. Y'all know this.
All right, we'd have to talk to Lando.
That's not really
we have to talk to Lando about magic.
That's true.
Wow.
I'm just saying, I don't know much about magic here, but if we take your demon out and we fight him, then he's not going to be giving you any magic or protection.
The Sylvanas will.
Well, once we break it.
Yeah.
So that's after the fight.
Oh, yeah. So he'll be magicless during the fight.
That's what I'm saying. So you want us to fight your battle for you?
No, I'll fight it as I am. No magic if I have to. I'm asking you to help me.
Are we even sure that we could even do that?
That
roll an intelligence check.
That really takes Ulrich aback.
Sure. Yeah, roll.
It's like the first time that Lando has ever shown any restraint.
Yeah, roll straight intelligence. Yeah, Lando. Are you guys actually fighting a demon? That would be your first question, I would say, with that intelligence check. Or are you fighting something else, perhaps?
Yeah, for sure. Is it even a demon? That's a good question.
Elwarin, yeah, you come to the same conclusion. Yeah, Zanril, you're okay. So I'll do Elwarin, I'll do Zanril. Elwarin, you're also like, is it actually a demon that we're fighting, or is it something else? Zanril, with your 15 and your just knowledge on how your patron operates, you doubt that you would be fighting the patron himself. It would most likely be somebody else, like a lackey or lackeys, because they're not going to stoop
Avatar or
themselves. Something, not themselves, because they would not stoop to your level to fight with. You are below them, right? You're an ant that might break free from the rest of the ants and do something useful for them, but an ant nonetheless. Like if you were to ever try to break your contract with your patron, you would know your patron would never fight you because he wouldn't see it as worth his time.
Yeah, for sure. He got other stuff to do.
Yeah, he's busy. He's a busy man. He got a network of connections that he's still trying to figure out who the fuck BigYin's patron is. He's been at it for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Your patron's a curious bastard, and BigYin has got him stumped.
Yeah. It got me stumped too, but
yeah.
you know. Okay, yeah.
So I'll say that. So Zanril, you know that you probably would not be fighting the demon itself, but something else instead.
We'll probably be fighting more warlocks.
Or something else.
Oh yeah, something else.
Frank. Or sorry. Frank.
What you guys don't, what you guys don't know is that I've been setting up this clay dog to fuck all of you guys up this entire time.
Awesome?
I would love the continuity.
All of a sudden, like BigYin's voice turns into the demon's voice, and it's just like, Frank, wake up, my minion.
And when you guys find out to be the truth, how sad you will be.
Or like Frank is the god and all that. He's just been watching all of us.
Maybe.
Okay.
Haven't you guys ever been curious why Frank's been nearly indestructible through every fight you guys have been through, every hairy encounter?
He's just made out of dirt, isn't he? He could regenerate.
Is he?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You guys haven't really done a lot of investigation on Frank our clay dog. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys just took it for what it was. Never looked at it again.
I never did because I came to the group and he was there. So
exactly.
I'm like,
100%. Yeah, I know. 100%.
This is normal.
Thing. It must be a normal thing since.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm not, like I said, I'm not questioning you. I'm just saying, as a group, y'all didn't really do that much investigating of Frank the Clay Dog, which was fine.
Yeah. I conveyed to the group that well, we're not going to go against the patron, but definitely somewhat a lackey of his,
or more.
That's going to be, or more of them. Definitely quite the encounter. But yeah.
My uncle said that if I can find out what he wants, obtain leverage, I might be able to break the deal that way. Challenge him.
Have you thought about asking him?
I was considering putting him in the golem and asking asking the question. Or I was thinking, actually, my first thought was to burn one of the questions while I slept and ask him what he wants. Like, what is the end? Like, the idea is, what is the end result?
You hope to see from this relationship.
Out of me? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What if he just gives you some ambiguous answer?
So
he'll then burn his second question to ask him for a more direct answer.
Oh no!
I think Ulrich is going to sort of speak up. He's been quiet this whole time.
Okay.
And he's gonna be like, "So, what is your end goal here? What do you want? Why are we doing this?"
I believe he's talking to you, BigYin, if that wasn't clear.
Yeah, I know. No, it's clear. And I'll look at him. And the reason why I took this form and did not go over the original contract was because I did not want to put the rest of you in danger. I arrogantly took something on my shoulders that I could have.
This isn't
No,
the question.
Just stop. Just let me get it out. I am not comfortable with what I've become. I have great power, but the old part of me that still lurks within my mind revolts at what I can do.
Wait.
There is part of me that still feels revulsion. And is sickened by what I can do. And coming home has awakened me to what I foolishly and quickly chose. I made a stupid, foolish mistake in extremis. And I did it with my eyes open, but not knowing what I was giving up. I wish to undo what I have done and to take the burden that my mother carries that has tortured her, that damages her, while the power my uncle carries is great. I have proven unworthy in my own mind. But to carry the burden my mother carries, of that I am worthy of. And that I would carry and repent of the sins I have made of my life. That is why I'm willing to do this. When I saw the mark on my mother and I touched it and felt the flash of pain run through her, and once all was explained, I knew that was my choice. In the end, this is not for me. Yes, I get the benefit from it, but I'd rather take up her burden, so she does not need Bennett anymore. Does that answer your question?
In a way, would you be willing to do this if you just were a normal commoner like the rest of your people?
Take up my mother's burden?
No, just become a person. You lose all power, you lose all rank, all station.
Clearly, I've proven irresponsible. I would give all that up and train my body, carry a sword, and defend my people in that way. Perhaps with my mother's burden, I can learn to be worthy of it. But clearly, I'm not. Certainly not of my uncle's power.
All right, that's interesting. We'll see what the others have to say.
I'm pretty sure he said that you're unworthy for both positions, but he said we will see.
Dun dun.
That's
dun.
the God. That's the God thinking, and that's fine. If I get neither, I'll just be normal. I'll deal with that.
I think we'll see after you go through this ordeal, if you plan to go through such an ordeal.
Oh, I'm going through it. I'll die doing it if I have to.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do? You have the information you have. You have money to spend at Garfield's place prior to this battle, if it's you still choose to do. It is still evening. You obviously can wait till the next morning to do this, or you can do it now. It's entirely up to you guys. As you guys are kind of finished with that kind of conversation, you guys notice the rest of the group kind of disperse. Dara, Ival, Rai, and Benji go upstairs to their chambers where they'll be sleeping. And like they said before, Elwarin, there is a bed there available for you as well. BigYin, you see your parents and Furby with the two twins walk out to where they're sleeping. And you see your Uncle Zod give you a salute, kind of very half-heartedly, more jokingly, as he walks out the door. And you see your uncle, who you know to be childless and have never taken a partner of his own, head up the stairs alone to his chambers. They leave you guys downstairs. They don't break you guys up. They let you kind of have your conversation as it will.
There's a lot to think on.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Ulrich is
in terms
intrigued, but he's not going to make a decision. I think he's looking for the rest of the group.
Sure.
To chime in on a path.
Yeah.
In terms of procedure, I'm fine to do this tomorrow morning, let everyone else shop, get the stuff they want.
You also have time to shop, BigYin.
Yeah, no, everything's going. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to pay even more money to have Ulrich and to have Garfield pull this thing out of me.
Ooh,
so
look at who's learned about Garfield. Yeah, cool. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to head over to Garfield's place as a group? You guys do some shopping, sit on it, still think about it, and then decide in the morning? Or you guys
I need to take a bath.
That is fair. You are still fairly covered in butter.
Yeah. I mean, my situation has not changed. I am, as per whatever Zanril was saying, drenched, I think?
Yeah, lathered. Yeah.
You know, somehow that's so much worse. Too fucking descriptive, homie. Come on.
like think like massage oils at like a massage parlor. That is you with butter currently.
The whole time.
In between the folds.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's all over the upper part of his body. This entire time. Listen. Everybody here has understood. You guys are kind of weird as a group, right? They just kind of there's no reason to say anything. They just have accepted what it is. Hell, their son came back as a dragonborn. A dwarf being covered in butter is like the least of their concern.
Yeah.
See, that's where Ulrich standed when they're like, it's a super old dude.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay. They use mind controlling two powerful people. Like, that one's a little bit crazier than just an old man.
Sure.
I want to go to Garfield's.
Okay.
Yeah, check him.
Lando, so do you want to take a bath and then go to Garfield's? Do you guys all like want to shower? You guys have been on the road all day.
Yeah, I'm fine getting cleaned up.
Yeah, so we'll say that you guys all clean up and then go to Garfield's place. Is that copacetic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys all clean yourself. Lando takes you about 5 minutes longer than everybody else because you gotta really get that butter out, but that's not unexpected.
No, it's all right. I'm just in there buttering my own biscuits. It's okay.
You do what you gotta do, man.
Butter as soap.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do. Yeah, and you guys get clean. We'll say 20 minutes after you guys kind of disperse to this group, and then you meet at Garfield's place. Ulrich, are you with them?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, cool. All right, I'll bring you guys over here. And so as you guys approach, it is still night, right? Like probably closer to midnight now. And as you knock on Garfield's door, and you open it, the room is different. The room has been changed. Oh.
It's the previous room. It's the room where BigYin got changed.
Garfield's like, welcome. Are we here to make a deal? He smiles.
Yes.
Lando, are you ready to make your purchases? You were a little on the fence last time you were here.
Shit, now I gotta look again. Yeah, I'll be ready. Let somebody else go in front of me, though.
Hopefully, don't buy what you want.
Well, if they do, I'll kill them.
Ooh, we might have a fix for our little problem here. Maybe BigYin should purchase first.
Oh wait, okay. I have 2 questions
Yes.
about some of these items, and
Of
this
course.
might be a table talk thing.
Sure. Yeah. What's up?
So one of them is there were 2 things I was interested in. I guess 3 things if we count the potions.
Sure.
So I really like the fuck, where'd it go?
The flame slippers.
Well, I like those 2. I was gonna just buy those on the off chance because they just seemed fun.
Yeah. I put them on there with you in mind.
And they're fire related, which is neat.
Yeah.
Fucking A, bro. Where'd they go? I already forgot the name, which doesn't help. Oh, one of them was the Spellslinger's Mantle. I'm into that. I get hit a lot, so that seems useful.
Sure.
But the other one.
My only question is, how would you use a spell back if you don't have any spells of your own?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Well, what does that have to do with? It says that if I get hit with a spell, I get to store one.
And you can convert it into a spell slot at the same level.
Oh, I thought it would just be like, a thing that you can use. Like,
I mean,
you can literally just bounce it off.
We can repurpose it to be that for you. I don't have a problem with that. You could just store one spell that was thrown at you during a combat.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah. And the other one was the one thing that was like, you can use this item. I think it was a ring that like let you get a spell slot. I can't
spell storing ring.
No, he's talking about the race ring. There's no spell storing ring here.
Nope. There is a wraith ring though. You're correct. Here,
is that what I was talking about?
It's the only ring in there, I believe.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I was talking about something like it lets you get an extra spell slot. Like you can use it.
Oh, you mean this pearl of
That's what it was. The pearl of power. Yeah. If I got that, would that apply to my rage?
Oh, I like where your head's at. Give me a second now.
I was just thinking because that seems useful, and I would totally pay 3,000 for like an extra rage spell. Yeah, so that like if I can do that, then I would totally buy that.
Hell yeah, I'll give you an extra rage. Yeah. So how this will work? All right. I love this. I love this concept.
Is that worth like think and here's the thing I was thinking of. It's like in Naruto about the fucking fat guy who eats like the shitty
Choji. He eats the pearl of power.
That's
essentially
kind of the vibe I was going for.
100%. So let me I got this for you. All right. So you can charge 2 rages inside of this pearl of power, right?
Yeah.
And I'll change the name to be Pearl of Rage for you because I love that. It's a cool concept. But you have to like get angry and store it in there like prior to using it.
Okay, so I have to rage like before. Okay, you're just saying I can just store 2 rages.
Essentially, yeah. You can store 2 rages in there that can be used at any point in time, even if you're out of rages normally. You can tap into that rage pearl, the Pearl of Rage. Oh, that's so cool. You can tap into that to absorb that rage energy from the pearl.
And I get 2 of them.
You can store 2 of them, and once you use it once, you can't use it again until the next dawn, and that's when you can put charges back into it.
Okay, so I have. But then what's the point of having 2?
You got a long ass day. You've got like 12. You've been fighting 12 different people or 12 different groups of people. You run out of rages on your 4th or 5th combat. You need 2 more because you're not looking great. And you got 2. You've got 2 more groups of people you got to fight through. Might be useful to have 2 extra rages for that day.
I thought you said I can only use them once per dawn.
No, you can use the entire like thing, like both charges
so
in one day.
Both charges in one day.
Yeah, and then once you've expended all of that, you have to like the next dawn you'll be able to put rages back into it.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I love that. That's a really dope fucking concept. I fucking love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, I just saw that and I was like, I like these because I don't really know like what. Not that any of this is supposed to be for me specifically.
Sure.
But I didn't really know what to buy except for those things and the flame slippers because I just want to be like a fucking Dorothy-ass bitch. So that'll just be fun.
I thought you'd like
everything else is too expensive.
I thought you'd like the ever smoking bottle, the oil of slipperiness. I thought you'd think that funny.
I
I
guess.
don't know why, but I thought it was going to be the black pudding power bomb.
Also, that was also
I like that too. I like that too,
So
but I didn't
expensive.
like the idea that it was just one-time use, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's not worth it for me.
that's fair. Yeah, it's totally reasonable. Especially if you're spending $2,500 on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's fair. But it does do a lot of good shit that one-time use. Like it would be a good like, hey, we're all about to die. Let's throw this like frag bomb essentially to save us. Cause you get 2 medium puddings.
Wait, is the ever smoking bottle like I can does it always be
It's in the name.
Ever smoking?
okay? It like never stops. I
Mhm.
can always use that. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's cool too. Okay, I know what I'm getting. I have my list.
all right. What are you getting?
What am I getting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody else has already had a round except for BigYin, and he's saving his cash in case shit hits the fan.
Cool.
with
Ulrich
this
hasn't
thing.
gotten his round.
I want the
as well.
pearl.
All right, so Pearl of Power. So you take off 3,000 gold pieces.
Let's see how much cash I got.
How much cash do you have? That is a good question.
I have like how many platinum? How many is it? 10 gold for 1 platinum?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I have like 5,000 gold
Cool.
or thereabouts because I have 2,400 silver, which is 24 gold, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's 100 to fuck. That's
Oh
fuck.
no, that's
No, it's
240 gold.
240 gold. Yeah.
10 silver per 1 gold. Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, I've got like for sure. Yeah, I've got like 4,800 gold.
Cool.
And I'm gonna spend all of it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Listen, I give you
so
guys money to spend it, not to just sit on.
I'm getting the pearl. I'm getting the smoking bottle.
Okay, one second.
That's
So,
4K right there.
yeah, 4K. Cool.
And I'm gonna buy the boots.
You mean
That's-
slippers?
Boots. When they go on me, they're gonna be boots.
That's
he's
slippers,
like,
bro.
listen, Ren just
slippers, yeah.
he's like, listen, my DM's already changing every item for me to make
I'm gonna
it cool.
slip them on. I'm
So-
gonna just slip them on over my boots, basically.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, or you can take your shoes off and use it like a
Lando
normal
seems
person.
like the dumbass kind of guy who'd wear 2 pairs of shoes. So that just
Listen, it's a good way to
when
keep.
he's just trying to be snacky.
Yeah, you don't want to wear yourself through.
So 4250. So I've got about 500 more to play with. And how much health does the gold potions, or not the gold potions? Where are those? Fucking name, man. There's
The
so many
potion-
words.
The potion of superior
these
healing,
documents.
supreme healing. Sorry.
Yeah, superior healing is 48, 3d8.
So superior healing is 8d8 or 8d4. Sorry, 8d4.
Bruh. Okay.
And then supreme healing. Potion of supreme healing is
10d4 plus 20.
Yep. There you go.
ND4 plus 20. Okay, so I think I'll just buy 1 potion of superior healing, and I think that's literally, I'm gonna just zero out everything I own because I think
Superior
that's
is different than supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's why it's cheaper.
Yeah, superior is 8d4 plus 8.
Oh, you said it was 88.
I said 8d4. I corrected it.
Oh,
I misspoke for
That's why.
well, I don't have enough to buy the supreme, and I already got a couple of superiors, I think. Wait, no, I have a couple of graders, and I have the regular healing, and I've got 3 regulars, one with that little extra kick, and then some greater healing. So I'll get the 1 superior, and then that's gonna be my.
Cool. I'm down. I love it. It's great. I love when you guys spend your money. Did he buy anything you wanted to buy, Ulrich?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's okay.
What?
It's in the party.
What did I buy?
Probably the ever smoking bottle.
Yeah, the ever smoking bottle, which is fine.
Oh,
But it's
Again,
a group
it's
usage.
in the party.
Yeah, it's group usage. It's not like it's gone from him forever or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, like that just means I don't have to spend the money. So
Yeah,
great.
exactly. So what are you thinking about? There's some cool stuff in here for you for sure.
Ulrich is gonna go. Hey Garfield, how's it going?
Yes, you're back. Any more insults to sling?
Probably. I was wondering. I love all this stuff. Good stuff. I'm gonna pull out the where is it? The trophy, right? So we talked about the
Yes.
The insignia.
Yeah. With the dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do a little like coin flip with it.
Fancy.
As much as I can.
Sure. Fancy.
I was wondering if we can make a deal.
Why would I want that trinket?
No, you don't get the trinket. I want to buy information from you
Intriguing.
about the trinket.
In what sense?
Well, I believe that this belongs to a rather unfortunate individual who uses it to communicate with his followers.
Okay.
I'm going to flick it over to him.
He catches it. And?
I want to know who it is and where they are.
Oh! Ha! Oh, this? Kind of spins it in his hands, kind of goes between his two feet, his 4 fingers, brings it back. You want to know who communicates with this?
Yeah, I just said that. I like looked at the other guys like I just said that, right?
And he's like, okay. How much you want to pay me for this information?
Well, that's we're making a deal, right?
Sure. So name a price.
Also, I don't just want to know who. I don't know where.
Sure. Kind of flicks it up.
Do you have a potion?
And he's like, so, how much are you thinking about giving me for this information?
I don't know, 50 gold. See, this is why you gotta name. I wouldn't just walk up and look at these items. You have a price on the items.
I was just curious what you thought this information was worth. 50 gold is...
It's worth enough that I'm willing to talk to you, Garfield. That's how much I know it's worth.
Kind of does a little couple tricks that he's like, okay, how about this? You provide me a form of entertainment, however you choose to do that, and 700 gold pieces, and I can get you who this is and where they're at.
How about you be a bit more specific on the entertainment?
Yeah, because that sounds naughty.
And
he points over to BigYin.
I'll bump it up to 1,000.
Oh, well, BigYin provided me with some entertainment. Ask him how that went, I guess.
You just see Garfield snap his fingers and a pole appears in the middle of the
room. You guys fucking wish it was that easy.
What's he talking about there, BigYin?
Oh, those 2 warlocks who ran into back in the Red Larch. Lando, our good friend Garfield here was holding them captive. Zanril and I, we both had to, dispatch these fuckers at the will of our patron. So I made a wee bit of an entertainment for it. Had a bit of an arena fight. We barely survived. I nearly died twice. But yeah, the man was entertained. He even threw an extra wee bit of gold into it that, for whatever reason, I gave all of it to Zanril.
The hour has passed, if that wasn't clear. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember why I gave it to him, but I remember giving it to him.
Sure.
So you want me to kill 2 warlocks?
No, that was BigYin's choice for entertaining me. You can find something you think will amuse me. 1,000 gold, or you have to buy a magical item that I have here, plus 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, well,
buy the cheapest one, and then.
Well, plus
well, I just literally gave him 4,750 gold pieces, and
Zanril, any
that's not enough.
You got any more money in that bag of yours?
Yeah. For someone I trust, yeah, I do have money.
Okay.
I look at Zanril and I'm just like, don't you dare. I'm like, Zanril, I need that.
I have enough for you. What are you talking about?
Fine.
Chillax. You know, I'm taking account of all the.
Also, why are we all up against the wall? Like,
I just put you in the room. I didn't know where you guys wanted to be, and then you guys just stood there. That's fine.
Really.
I figure that's where Ulrich would want to be for sure.
I need
we're about to
2,900
get
gold
fucking shot.
if it's available.
2,900. I'll just give you your the promised 3K since I'm in a good mood.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Give me that there cloak you got.
Which one? That's not super specific.
The normal looking one. What is it called? Let's see. What do you
The cloak of protection.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice. That'll be 3,500 gold pieces.
And I give him 4,500 gold pieces.
He pockets it.
Well, I give him. Sorry.
Yeah.
4,100 gold pieces and 40 platinum.
Got it. Yeah. The math checks that. He's like, excellent. He pockets it, puts it away. He's like, I'll be back shortly. And he whisks away to his room.
Give me that armor.
And you guys hear some like commotion in this back room. What sounds to be like tea kettles whistling and like voices, like cacophony of voices kind of coming from that space. After about like 10 minutes or so, he comes out. He's like, "Hoo-wee! Oh, that was good. You got me, Ulrich. This was information's probably worth more than 1,000 gold pieces, but a deal's a deal." He flicks the coin back to you. He says, "That's from the advisor at Mithril Hall."
Mithril Hall. And where is he?
He's in Mithril Hall.
Bro, come on.
He is in the advisor's chambers.
See, that's good information. Where's the advisor's chambers?
In Mithril Hall.
Oh my god.
He's just like, I haven't been there.
How much for like a map or something?
He kind of like thinks. He's like, best I could give you is a vague approximation. I saw a big barracks of sorts, a large castle next to it, and a smaller but still grandiose house, mansion, whatever you'd call that, you dwarves with your stone and metal creations, building, and that's where he seemed to be sitting.
Got it. Grandiose hall next to barracks, not inside the castle.
Correct. Adjacent to it, specifically.
Right. Does that description sound familiar to the mirror bar?
Correct. It is almost an exact mirror of where the mirror bar advisor would be staying. Like I said, you never met this guy in person, but you knew where his place was if you needed to contact him.
Right. Great.
Can you? I'm sorry. I'm trying to type as fast as I can. Who is this coin linked to?
Mithril Hall Advisor, which is adjacent to the large barracks and possible like King's Castle area in Mithril Hall, which Ulrich understands is very similar to the setup at Mirror Bar.
I mean, Mirror Bar, Mithril Bar,
Mithril Hall. Good
Mithril
choice.
Hall.
I know, but
I like where your head's at.
Mithril,
I like where your head's at. Yeah.
I'm thinking a little RuneScape, whatever.
Yeah.
Any chance someone can throw a map on the table and we all just quickly peek in where that is?
Yeah. So Mirror Bar is up far to the north, over here. Known mostly for their mines, as shocker. It's a massive dwarven stronghold. Mithril Hall's over here. also known for their mines in these Frost Hills area. And Zamorvan Hall is just a little bit southwest of that. Southeast, sorry. Just off the coast of the Evermoors. There was not a deposit of minerals here, but the dwarves decided that this is a good forward outpost after the Necromancy Wars concluded to have, versus being this far away after their other outpost further down in the Somber Hills and Destern Hills area had been destroyed.
Oh, what the hell is the Mithril Hall advisor doing with this?
What indeed?
Because remind me where I found this one. I thought it was
On the
someone who was
battlefield.
was it? I thought it was someone who's in the Mirbar army, though.
Yep. And it was, you guys were in a battle in the Lurkwood Forest area.
Right.
And you took it off of a group of people that turned on you.
Right.
And it was something, you had another one that you gave to your commanding officer at the time, who told you to never speak of it again and not to worry about it anymore.
And I pushed those feelings deep down inside. And I've only been concerned about it every day of my life since then.
Yep. Hence why he left the military and is now focused on cults, because he has no idea what the fuck is going on. You now all know Ulrich's backstory.
His brain is just like breaking.
Yep.
Like, why Mithril? So then the other one that I gave to my commander must have been, I mean, they must all be part of it.
Sure.
Mirbar advisor.
Mm-hmm. You can make that an assertion. Yeah. You're just talking, you're babbling at this point.
Talking out loud, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably like half of it you guys understand, or even none, because he's just like.
He might be speaking in Dwarven, honestly, right? Like.
No, he's back to his like talking about the conspiracy, right? Like,
sure.
Like when he was discussing all the cults.
Yeah.
And that's connected to this, which means they're part of this, right? Like that's basically what's going on right now for Ulrich, and he'll just be doing that for a while.
Sure. Yeah. As is per normal.
Writing down notes.
Cool. BigYin, now is your time to shine, man.
I'll go to Zanril and I'll like, Zanril, pull out the 3,000 gold, please.
What?
Please.
Obviously I'm joking.
Turns out he actually doesn't have the cash.
Would you like to have a drink before, you
No.
All your gold into a clay dog.
Okay.
By the way, where is Frank? Where is Frank, Lando?
Where is Frank indeed?
Frank's attacking the village.
Ah, got it. You sent him to you sent him to go fight in the wrestling pits.
Go back to the main map, like of the town that we were just in, or the one, just real quick.
Oh yeah, he's up in the he's been up there for a while.
He's attacking the village.
Got it. Cool.
Oh wow.
Thanks for the heads up. I appreciate that. Yeah.
He's fucking huge.
He is bigger than a house. You're right.
Yeah, he's bigger than the big house.
He is Godzilla in this small little world.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I reluctantly give BigYin his 3k gold.
Cool.
Before we go into BigYin, is there any chance I can actually spend some more money?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now that everyone's had their fill.
Well, I mean, yeah. There was one item that I had on my list to buy, but then I didn't think I had enough money, and then I ended up having more money than planned.
Sure.
So
you're welcome.
Thank you. So I want to buy all the Arrows of Seeking.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. That's 1,500 gold, I think. Is that how many there are?
2,500 gold.
Oh, 2,500. That's even more than I thought. Yeah. So you want to tell the group what that is? What those do?
Buerns attack rolls and damage +3 to Buerns attack rolls and damage rolls. That gives you advantage with its usage as the arrow does its best to hit the user's target.
That's crazy. +3 with advantage.
Yep. And once used, the magic disappears, becomes a normal arrow.
Easy.
Nice.
Really good purchase.
Basically, I hit.
Yeah. It's based that's Elwarin's. I'm using everything, and I'm gonna fucking hit you in the face with it, and I'm gonna do a plus 10. Yeah.
Sharpshooter on everything,
Yeah.
all the spells I can, and
Yeah.
this is like
You're dead, hopefully.
hopefully,
Yeah.
or at least almost.
Yeah, very close to death. Yes, 100%. Excellent. Yeah, perfect.
I'm gonna buy the unknown scroll, and
Let's go.
I'm
All right, yeah.
also gonna buy the beat of force as well.
All right, cool. So beat of force, you can describe that to everybody.
Oh, it's 1d4 plus 4 beads of force are together. If it's a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. If you could throw up to 60 feet, and in the 10-foot radius, it's a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, or take 5d4 force damage. And then a sphere transparent force that encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed the save is completely within the area, is trapped within the sphere. And essentially they can't do anything within it. Air goes through it. An enclosed creature can use its action to push against the sphere's wall, moving the sphere up to half the creature's walking speed. The sphere can be picked up, and its magic causes it to weigh only 1 pound, regardless of the weight of the creatures inside.
Yep.
Yep.
So go ahead and roll 1d4 for me.
1d4. Yep, that's a lot. Oh
Cool.
shit!
You got 5
It's
beads of
5.
force.
Nice.
Not bad. Cool. And then you wanted to buy the scroll, did you?
Yep.
So yeah, let me give you a quick little description. So this scroll has been carelessly flattened, folded, and scrawled on with childlike scribbles. In doing so, some of its original scripts and diagrams have been covered or replaced, and a large anvil has been proudly drawn at its center. A creature investigating the scroll, so you can make an investigation check if you'd like. Arcana would be what you'd roll.
Okay. Oh, please be good. Oh,
nice. There you go. Excellent.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's fucking great. So what you see that the original spell on the scroll has been removed. It no longer exists. And instead, you can summon a giant ass anvil. You can summon it between 20 and 60 feet in the air above you, within 120 feet. And the anvil is roughly a 10-foot cube and requires that much space in the air to be there, essentially. Weighs about 500 pounds. And where you decide to let it drop, it will require a creature within that 10-foot square to make a DC 15 dex saving throw. And on a failed save, that creature will take 5d10 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone, restrained by the anvil. On a successful save, it takes half as much and is not knocked prone or restrained, and it's pushed to the nearest unoccupied space away from the anvil. And a creature can use a DC 15 strength check to free itself or another creature within its reach on a success of moving it to the nearest unoccupied space. The anvil will remain on the ground for a minute, at which point it vanishes with a comedic pop. It's fucking great.
That's good.
It's fucking
yeah,
great.
That's fucking great. Can you like add that?
Yeah,
or,
I'm
like,
adding the description right now. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. It's fucking this is honestly my favorite one that was in the shop. Personally, I thought it was such a funny cool item.
Summon
It's like
big
the fucking,
ass.
it's like the concrete donkey from Worms.
Very similar, yeah. Very similar.
Guys, I have a +1 dexterity saving throw now.
Nice.
Big news.
Guys, I might be able to escape from a fireball.
5% more likely to escape a fireball.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go.
I have a question. If I want to like memorize a spell or something,
You would not be able to.
Fuck.
You are not a warlock with the Pact of the Tome, which would be how you could draw this. And this is like a one-time use spell that what you can tell.
Unfortunate indeed.
But if you need an anvil to drop on something or to be used for something, here you go. 5d10 bludgeoning damage isn't bad.
Or if a wizard joins the party.
Yeah.
Or another warlock, since we keep getting those.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
A Pact of the Toe.
I have like about a K left. Like
Maybe
you
could save it.
Or maybe some potion?
Can I ask Garfield if I could send some stuff to my sister?
Yeah, of course. Yes, how much money would you like to send back to your family?
Oh, not money. I would like to send
Oh.
Are you crazy?
items.
Oh, okay. Do tell.
Yeah. Sellable items like these pictures. You know, the ones that you've been like, identifying for me in a sense. I kind of want to send it to her so she could handle the selling aspect of it since pretty busy.
Those little like antiquities you found, those like 5 little things you found.
As well as the moonstone and 4 Alexandrite gems.
Yeah, like I can do that for you for a fee, of course.
How much?
5 gold pieces should cover it.
Yeah. Can you take that in silver?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll give Zanril my moonstone I have as well.
Oh yeah, I'll give that to him as well then.
I'm not gonna do anything with this.
Yeah, he shrugs. Sure, I'll take that. We'll keep it at the same.
Just giving
flat
stuff
fee.
away. Yeah, please. It's like silver to Ulrich.
Sure.
Like, yeah, it's valuable, but damn.
Yeah.
And I have a question. I have 50 scales of young purple wormlings, or young purple wormling scales, 50 of them. I'm curious what you could do with it.
I could make some nice armor, a good shield. Ooh, even maybe a weapon of sorts. But that weapon probably would not interest you with your current patronage. I'm sure your patron would not be too excited if you're using a different weapon. But
Sure.
Armor,
Definitely
shield.
Shield would be great. I already have the resistant armor that you have given, that I bought from you.
He kind of thinks there for a bit. If you give me all of that, all of your scales, and about 500 gold pieces, I can make you a +1 shield with resistance to poison damage.
I'm pretty down for that, actually. You accept platinum, right?
Of course.
Okay. Or I'll just give you 1,000 silver pieces.
So it's 500 gold pieces. Yeah, so you're gonna give him 1,000, so that's 100 gold pieces.
And I have 400 gold pieces to give him. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm trying to get rid of my encumbrance status now.
Perfect. Yes, perfect. He's like, this should probably be done in the next couple of days. I will have it ready for you then.
Yeah, and I also give him my shield, so I'm kind of shieldless right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you. Delete that from my inventory. Nice.
Cool.
Ooh, that's all.
Sweet. Anybody else got any last minute purchases?
Nope. I'm handling. I have my 3,000 gold. I hand the sack of 3,000 gold over to Garfield. I'm like, right. Here's 3,000 gold for the golem. I will need your help to draw the essence out of me.
Okay.
How much will that cost?
1,000 gold pieces.
I have that. So I pull 1,000 gold out and I instantly am poor again.
And so you see him separate that into a stack of 500 to the right of your 3,000 and a stack of 500 to the left.
Now, I spoke with my uncle before we came here because I am admittedly not wise. The one thing I am seemingly good at is just bashing things. My uncle said if I can figure out what this thing wants, I could use it as leverage. My question to you is, assuming we put the essence in the golem, how long does that last for? And does it rob me of my powers if I were to challenge it to a fight?
BigYin, you tell me, if you were trying to fight a god that you were worshipping, why would it give you its powers?
That's a fair point. It'd be a normal person again.
And I can probably hold the spell for about an hour.
Well, if you wouldn't mind preparing the golem and holding that extra 1,000 in weight, so that when I have figured out what this thing wants to ready it, I would appreciate it.
Of course. And he snaps his fingers, and you see the gold disappear.
And then one last contingency. Can you create a zone that isolates me? Well, no. Do I remember if like his magic house kind of like protects me from my I'm assuming my patron can hear everything going on inside this house?
You have no idea.
While I'm talking to him? Okay. Can my patron hear me talking to you right now?
I don't see why not. I haven't forbidden patrons from talking to each other. Ask your friend Zanril here. His patron just ate 2 warlocks previously.
That's fair.
So I'm still processing that, by the way.
Oh, truly sorry. I should have taken them to a more private space.
Yeah, that was not something I'm used to seeing, a sword-eating people. I've seen swords kill. Eat, not as much. And Elwarin, you and Lando were there for that also. Like, you guys were clear view of the sword just eating the people.
I'll pull out the last of my gold and platinum, and I say, my contract, as specified, was if I maintain at least, if I do not go over my allotted 3 questions, and I die in any way, I am free. He only gets my soul if I go over the 3 questions. And I'll set gold aside. I'll set my last 84 gold, my 32 platinum. I'll pull out every coin I have and put it on the table. If I should fail or die before I come back, I will be free of this. Can you bring me back?
Garfield thinks. He thinks. Perhaps. Depends on if you have a body left.
Yeah, we don't have 3K to make you a gold body, unfortunately.
Oh, no, he
we can put you in the dog.
Oh yeah, Frank the dog.
Very well. I'll put all the coins back in my purse, and I write a note, and I'll have him sign it.
What note? I say, I'm very confused.
Well, no, so the idea is like I basically say, all the gold I possess, whatever money I have, will be put forth for the cost of my resurrection in the time of my death and breaking of the contract with my patron.
Garfield just looks at you and says, "Son, I would never steal from your body." And honestly, let him finish. He's like, honestly, if you have a body left, I don't see why not. But I haven't known many adventurers capable of breaking their pact with their patron and living to tell the tale or being able to be brought back.
My soul is mine if I die, and I still have at least 1 question left.
So you believe?
Those are the terms.
So you know of them. All I'm saying is I have not known a single warlock to best their patron after forming a contract and being able to have a body and soul to be resurrected. That's all. That's all I would say. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just tell you what I know.
Yeah. It's like, well, I'm going to go to sleep and try and get a tricky bastard to answer a question. But the note isn't so much that I'm afraid he's going to like steal from me.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure like, that cause isn't good to his family or anybody else. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's like, and if like any other possessions I have go, it's like it's an addendum to the existing will I have carried on my body.
Sure.
It's like, right. Well, I guess I have a question to ask of a slippery bastard. Cool. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. Are you guys wanting to do anything else before you guys go to sleep?
Oh, actually, DM, I did have one more question.
Sure.
I didn't have it in my notes. At least I don't think I had it in my notes from the last session, but let's see. my patron, I asked the patron for his name, and he says, he laughs, won't give it to me.
Mhm.
Says I feel the wings starting to grow on my back as stubs. I need the blood of a champion to fix my staff.
Mhm.
He still hasn't told me about my magic site, right?
Nope.
That's
you haven't.
happening
When you guys get there, essentially.
Okay. Right. So I have to go there.
Yep.
The last thing I'll say is, while we don't seem to have a mission currently, I'd like to do one more thing. I'd like to go to where the wolves were guarded, where Mr. Leader was, the site of my magic, the magic site I was guardian of. I feel there are answers there, and a lot of things seem to point to Mr. Leader. Is that amenable to you?
You're talking to the group, correct?
Yes, I'm talking to the group.
Shit. I don't know what you're saying.
So now I know Zanril's patron is kind of interested in the spot, and I know that Zanril's in terms of table talk, we know Zanril's patron wants Mr. Leader dead.
No, he just wants me to remove him.
Yeah,
but I don't say that. Obviously, Zanril keeps that a secret. You know.
Yeah, this is all table talk.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to go because I feel like there are answers, and I feel responsible for not showing up to help Mr. Leader. So
can we pick this up next time?
Yeah, of course. That's just where I want to leave it.
I am sleepy.
No, of course. Good session.
So yeah, I can't really come up with a good answer.
No, it's fine.
And like, feel free to use stratagems. Like, that's what that chat's for. Also, like, talk about things you guys want to talk about.
We have 2 weeks.
Yep.
A lot came up in this session.
Told you, it's a good one to take notes for.
Yep. I got an anvil, big ass anvil,
and that could be very useful.
Takeaway of the day: Zanril got an anvil.
I agree. I think that's like honestly the best part of this session.
Yeah, honestly,
he bought probably my favorite item in that magic store.
And I walk away with no items, but possibly a brighter future.
Jesus Christ.
With the help of my friends and family.
Family, I am Vin Diesel.
You're basically
I literally feel like Dominic Toretto right now.
Come on, man.
All right.